I'm a goddamn superhero. I'm a goddamn superhero.
And we are live. Are we live? Can you hear us? I hope you can. But we are live with more Crack the Sky Alpha. It is I, Brother Wes, also known as Wes, your game master, along with our wonderful array, our wonderful cast of mecha pilots here. A wonderful bevy of characters that I have to adjust their screens a little bit more because Google has tried to. Well, we're not Kingdom Hearts, so I can say it. Google has tried to fuck me. Google has tried to fuck me repeatedly, and it's the Lord's Day, and we know that none of that happens unless I'm not gonna go into that tangent joke. That's just bad form. A great way to start off the episode, Wes. Um, uh, but welcome, howdy, and welcome. I'm so glad that you could all be here, and I'm so very glad that we could all be here, and I'm so glad that we could all be here together as one. This is the penultimate episode of Crack the Sky Alpha, the first season of the Alpha series, is what I'm calling it. Or I might change my mind. I might just be like a crazy mangaka writer and just be like, no, no, this doesn't work. We're changing everything halfway through. Or I might be writing the manga to this, but the stream show is gone beyond the manga, and so we're just making up things as we go. And I'm
Bleach situation.
yeah, the Bleach situation, or the Berserk situation, or the Full Metal Alchemist situation.
Just Shonen Jump in general.
Just
really.
Shonen Jump in general. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, all of them. Yeah, just yeah. But yeah. So but yeah. A few quick announcements.
Wait. Which of us is Vegeta?
Oh God. Oh my God. Also, why are you trying to
Put your
update?
hand down, Yamcha. Okay. Don't look surprised.
Goodness.
Oh no, not you,
Goodness.
Leslie.
Wow. Wow. I think we need to figure out who's. I think actually by the end of this episode, we'll figure out who Vegeta is.
Oh yeah.
I think I've put y'all in a precarious enough situation that we can figure out who Vegeta is. Um, which does not belay to the content of my creations or my work. Um, this is you solely blame everyone else involved in this show and not me. Um, perfect. All right. Excellent. Well, announcements. Join our Discord. It's a great place. It's a fun place. Today we talked about the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a while and talked about a machete cut version of that, which is called the Pegasus cut. I did some reading for that during a nap. That was great. You can check out the Patreon if you want to directly support the show because Twitch does take half of everything that you do give to us. That goes for subscribes. That goes for the subscribes. That goes for the ads. That does not go for the bits. But yeah, so consider that. Um, I have a lot of karaoke time to fulfill with different shows, so I'm gonna have to. That's another thing added to my plate to figure out when we're gonna do musical episodes of all this stuff. Being a stream producer is fun. Um, one last thing. We are a podcast now, in a way. Much like how the YouTube is an archive of all the streams. So if there's anything that is not available on our VODs on Twitch, because Twitch gets rid of things after 60 days, and I'm too lazy to re-upload things to Twitch. I've uploaded everything that has ever come out on this channel onto our YouTube. You can check them out all there. There are masterclass roundtable panels discussing multiple topics. There are deep dives discussing different topics. There is a Vampire the Masquerade V5 5th edition live play or actual play called Iron City by Night. There's one shots. There's me playing Alien Isolation and almost pooping my pants on stream. There's so many things and more, and they're getting added every week. Every week, there's content coming out on this channel, and it's being added to the YouTube. And now we have it in audio format, starting with Iron City by Night. All the episodes of Iron City by Night will be uploaded, so you can find that on Spotify and on Anchor, and soon to come more. As soon as we get approved, you have to get approved to go in a lot of different places because they got to listen to the quality and they got to make sure that you're not doing a lot of bad stuff on there. Um, but then will be available on stuff like Google Play Store or Google Podcast or whatever, even though I think they got rid of that. But iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, all that good stuff. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and you can find it as Carrion Comfort Archives. We've just recently tweeted about it. If you want to check out our Twitter, it's at the very bottom of the overlay, and all that other good stuff. Jesus, Wes, do you ever stop talking about promotional stuff? No, it's all I do. Every waking moment is me screaming into the void saying, watch our content, please. I want there to be more to my life, like Belle. So, how are we doing? Is everybody good? I'm already starting to get a little bit sweaty. It's been a really warm day today here in Alabama. So I'm going to go ahead and. Oh, don't knock that over. It almost knocked over. I'm going to turn on my fan, so I hope that doesn't affect the noise too much. There you go. Shimmy off that leather jacket. There you go. Get comfy. Get comfy. I know some of us can't take our jackets off because there's nothing on under it, but we'll get into that in this episode later. Let's roll into it. The recap of Crack the Sky Alpha, Transmission 6, Crack the Sky. We were on the self-titled, uh, like the eponymous or whatever it's called. You know where we're at. The track title of that episode. Last episode, Oblivion Unit -01, which, if you asked HELLBEAST that, he said that's a working title. We're on a peak of a mountain in Corellia where they had found a frozen over comms unit that was so frozen over that was inoperable that they were not allowed to have long-range transmissions sent to flotillas beyond the surface of the planet. Utilizing their know-how and getting a comms team to the location, they were able to defrost the comms unit, make some quick repairs, get it online so that we now have long-range communications. That means resupply, that means reinforcements, that means a bevy of new mech frames to pick from two new Lancer companies that provide these frames. So much more work for me to do. I love it. I love the customizability of this whole. I don't even think that's a fucking word. It doesn't matter. The customizability of this system. It's great. But this did not happen without a little bit of hardship. After a hard-fought battle with what we were dubbing manapedes and mammapedes, these bugs, human hybrids that had formed together like little millipedes, crawling all over the place with their little legs, and they had faces on their bellies, and they were spitting things, and they were breaking apart, and they were fighting the mechs and everything. A hard-fought battle filled with fire and blood, sweat, and tears, including my tears, because why do I have an impenetrable fortress as one of the team members of this game? I don't know. I'm going to have to find other ways to get through Rast defenses. They were able to defeat the Manapedes and the Mammapedes, but not without loss. Out of the six comm team members they were supposed to save, only 2 survived, which means that it was a success. But how does that affect how things outcome later? It might not. This might be a Telltale game where it's fine. They did it and they still get to the end of the game. Or it might be, well, there's not really a lot of games that actually have that kind of affection. Maybe like Pathologic is like the only one that really has like a true story. We'll talk about that later. But they were able to get back to their HQ, their base, Daler's Fingers. To which point they were met by Heracles Garza, who said, "Guess what? I have some news. The negotiations between the NSC and the NSF and the NHC, there we go, have been reached. Things had happened, but there were some compromises, including one very big glaring one. They had to form a unified base, which included that the Oblivion unit of the Vulture Brigade had to shack it up with the Six Skulls, a rival mech team and mercenary company, to some harsh feelings and to some interesting opportunities. And that's where we come back to our show. Here we have our Oblivion unit standing outside the gates of the Six Skulls, what they are dubbing as the Cabana. and you see you're in your mechs and everything. They're kind of like all scarred up, beat up, and everything like that. And all of your things have been packaged in nice little containers, neatly. So, and they're just sitting outside the gates. So, what are y'all doing?
We're really gonna have to do this, aren't we?
Seems like it.
Well, I'll be honest. Having access to a very fancy, top of the line mech dealer softens me up a little bit.
Fair enough. But why do they want us to share a base with them? Why? Why is this a thing? They
wanna
don't
learn
like
from the
us.
best. They want to learn from the best.
No. I think it's a manipulation tactic. I think they're trying to show us their humanity, you know, like get us to relate to them a little bit, understand their cause.
Relate to
Fuck
them.
it. Fuck it. Let's just turn it into a party.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Why not?
I think that's the best idea.
Why not?
If we have to do it, why not have fun with it?
Just keep your wits about you. I ain't getting pantsed by fucking Czar Jr. Because we
Exactly.
decided to have a party.
We are still working, so, you know, just remember, be professional.
Oh, I didn't say anything about being professional. I said keep your wits about you.
So you're all gathering your things, your collected containers, and you are making your way into the cabana.
First things first, Pinto gives a bunch of that premium booze to the mechanics. Before they find out I'm the one that took it.
You offload all that premium booze that you stole from the Kremlin, and you give it to the mechanics. Perfect. They are very, very happy with it. They are joyous. Anatoly is fucking like, a great friend. You are back. You have not died. You have not perished by the mandibles of the insectoid menace. I am so happy for you. What is this? What have you given me?
This is plunder straight from the Tsar's personal reserve.
Are you telling me that this is premium top-of-the-line shit? Branded?
Yeah,
We have a bevy of options, brands to choose from?
that's correct.
And you said this is from the Tsar himself?
Top shelf all the way to the bottom.
That fucking rat. That dirty piece of shit. He's been holding out on everybody all over. You know, I used to be part of that whole group, you know? And he never shared that with the troops. No one ever got a little piece of, like, a little scratch, a little bit of Old Taylor bourbon or anything like that. And then, so I said, hey, fuck this. I do not need it. And so I went off.
Same.
And I came. You too?
Yeah, I got treated like shit to that guy.
You and I, you know what we are. We are like two ships, passing in the night, destined to meet. But instead of passing, we collide into each other. And he leans in, and he looks at you, and he goes, you, Pinto, are a galleon in the sea of dinghies. And he, like, grabs the bottles from you in, like, the boxes, and he goes, tonight, we shall get shit-faced and curse our mother's names in honor of the great Emil King.
I look forward to it.
Hey, yo, fuckers! Piss him! Now! Thank you. And he goes and he runs off.
I love Anatoly so much.
After that interaction, I had to bring Anatoly back. I gotta bring my boy back.
That's my fellow clone. Just gonna say.
You all grab your things, and the doors to the cabana open, And it's not like a blast shield or anything like that. It is legitimately like, when I said biodome for the like this whole fucking shit, and we're like, oh ha ha ha, yeah, Polyshore, like biodome kind of thing. I'm meaning like it's like a shield, like an energy shield kind of deal, and it just kind of forms opening for you all to walk in. And you hear music in the background as soon as you walk in, and it is warm. It is really warm. It is stuffy in your fucking mechs. You had heaters running, all this stuff. It is uncomfortably warm, and you hear music. It's like this drum and bass beat happening in the background. It sounds like a mix of Jungle and Aphex Twin just going. And you see there's a beach volleyball court set up. There is a number of like cabanas around that have mini bars. You see that there are different huts for people where there are frame racks, like a bay, but they're set up right beside these little cabana huts. That are like have personal 3D printers beside them, and you can see all these different mechs. At the beach volleyball court, you see a bevy of men, women, people wearing bikinis, jean shorts, all hanging out, playing, including you see Viroslav Hahn and the security guard for one Heflin Kapkan and Heflin Kapkan on the same team, playing against a Mona Naito and a Donald Lamius on the other team, playing beach volleyball against each other. Very a la Top Gun. There is a main headquarters unit where you can see off in the distance standing on a porch, wearing just the helmet and a cut-off tank top shirt and some mechanics overalls, is Killer Be Killed. And you see standing beside them is Uno, still in the full robot get up and everything. And it seems to be a raucous party in here. And you hear a heads up. I need... let me roll. There's 6 of you. I need, Cinder, I need you to roll me a d20 roll, and if you have any skill triggers that deal with dexterity, go ahead and do that for me, will you?
A 15?
A 15! A 15 is a success. As we know, all above a 10 always a success. As you... There's a helicopter above, so I just gotta... I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but it's...
A little bit.
Okay, a little bit? Okay, great. Yeah, no. So you know how LA, they have planes fly over? Birmingham, we have helicopters going to the hospital all the time. It's great. But, Cinder, your mech, Gruyere, catches the beach volleyball and doesn't manage to pop it. See, that was a party foul check, and you didn't cause a party foul. What do you do with the beach volleyball?
Can I nicely toss it back or roll it back?
Go ahead and roll me a d20 check.
Just
Great.
spike that shit.
No, Cinder's not like that. Okay, that's a 17. We're doing
Nice.
okay today.
You go ahead and you just give a quick bump to it, and it has a nice arc.
Mhm.
You hear the satisfying pop, and then the volleyball lands right in Viroslav's hands. And this 6'8" of a gentleman with the close crop flat top just gives a thumbs up and turns, and you can see the bevy of tattoos that have to deal with the NHC, everything on his back and is on his arm and everything. If you could just imagine Zangief for me, if you will. mixed with Dolph Lundgren, Ivan Drago, then that is what you see there before you. But instead of like the little red briefs, it is cut off jean shorts. So, as this music is playing and everything like that, you hear crowds go, "Woo! Yes! Woo!" And you see a older woman hover over in a gravity chair. Gravity chairs, as you know, are just chairs. You sit in them, they go in gravity. And she looks up and she touches her throat twice, a maneuver to know to open up your comms units.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy. Welcome. Welcome to the cabana. I'm assuming you're Oblivion Unit -01 from the Vulture Brigade?
That would
That's
be
us.
correct.
What gave us away?
Oh, I'd say it's probably the ragtag look you have on your mechs and everything. We have a hangar bay set up just for all of you with frames and printers for each of your mechs. Available. If you'll just go ahead and follow me, and please, please, please do not try to disturb any of the other surrounding areas here. We are going to be taking you to the bunkhouse. Normally, each of our Six Skulls members would be staying in their own cabana, but seeing as how we're having guests, they thought it'd be much more fun to have a sleepover of sorts. By the way, you can call me Granny.
We heard the
Nice to meet you,
goodness.
Granny.
Pleasure to meet you, dear. You can go ahead and grab your things and bring them with me. And the chair turns and she starts floating off towards the hangar bay.
Granny.
Hey, she
She's
seems
secretly
nice.
the devil.
Yeah,
in-
she's really nice.
I think I'm more with more drift over here.
You say, Drift, did you say she's like the devil or something?
Yeah, she's secretly the devil. in it.
No, she's just a nice old lady.
A nice old lady working with a near terrorist mercenary organization. Yeah, I bet you she bakes brownies on the weekends.
I bet she does, actually.
Probably, but they're evil brownies.
No such thing.
Does
Sugar's
that
always
make-
good.
Does that make them taste better?
You're right.
Probably.
I shouldn't let my guard get down. I'll have to be more careful.
What's the name? What's the name of the of Darkseid's like caretaker mother, Granny Goodness or whatever?
Yeah, Granny Goodness.
Granny Goodness, yeah. You go ahead and you take your mechs and you follow along behind her, bringing up to this nice like thatch roof with like palm fronds and everything. And you see it's a full mech bay, and there's a bevy of engineers sitting idly waiting for you all. She taps in and she goes, "Now, we have each of a spot picked out for you, and we have printers ready to go full stop. Going to replace any parts that you need replaced and repaired. We want you to be top of the line, tip-top shape for whatever battles come forward. These nasty insectoids are going to be a load of trouble, I can tell."
They already have been, but thank you.
Oh, you poor dear. Is there anything that I can get any of you? Do you need any beverages or snacks, indeed? I'm making some coffee cake and apple crumb cake currently at the moment, and if you would like a slice, then you can just come by my cabana.
There's a private line to the rest of the group that says evil crumb cake.
Actually, Granny, I appreciate the offer, but crumb cake sounds a little heavy for me considering the temperature in here. But they were playing a pretty interesting game while we were outside that I haven't seen before.
Oh,
Is there any way I could get the rules for that?
Oh, of course, dear. I can send you over a PDF immediately, and also a variety of MP4 videos that you'll be able to view for your pleasure. I know that sounds like dated technology, but it's really all we had to form the rules. The boys really do love it. They like to play with the boys, that is.
Huh. It must be a old game from the Forgotten Homeworld.
It's a very ancient game. It's something that I haven't seen for such a long time until, well, Uno introduced it to us.
Huh.
Uno, huh?
Well,
Yes, indeed. Also, of course, cake seems a bit heavy for the climate and everything. It does get a little bit chillier here at night, but I can send over some fresh fruit, like maybe some cantaloupe or pineapple or berries. Have you ever had fresh fruit before?
Not in a long time.
Not since I got here.
Excellent. And can I get each of your names? I have all of your names here on the form, but, well, I just think it's always better to get a nice introduction. Like I said before, you can call me Granny or Granny Applebaum.
Uh,
All right, Granny. I'm Corolla.
Corolla, that is such a lovely name. That is such a archaic and lofty name that carries a lot of weight and power to it.
Yeah, my parents they really liked ancient vehicles.
Well,
So
you're going to fit in great around here, Corolla. It's a pleasure to meet you. She looks
cool meeting you
I'm
too.
I'm Saturday.
Saturday. Excellent, excellent. My favorite day of the week. Pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure.
And who do we have next?
Oh, I'm Cinder. Nice to
Cinder.
meet you, Granny.
Cinder Atlas, you're the one that I've been hearing so much about. You've been causing quite a stir amongst our six skulls here, or the 6S as we like to call ourselves.
Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yes, all the firewall breakdown that you did of the Kremlin was just wonderful.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Kind of.
we're gonna keep it between ourselves, dear. They don't know. They have no idea. But just between us girls.
Just kind
Thanks,
of like
Granny.
side eye Cinder from my mech. Just,
Who do we have next?
Stall.
Stall Imperium, the Stall Imperium, as I live and breathe. Why, I've seen all of your holo vids from the net all the way up to I did see your thrilling combat against the 3 white tigers. That was such a thrilling fight that you had with them. Who knew that a mech that was 3 different identical triplets controlling one mech would be so thrilling?
I'll be honest, it really seemed like your kind of viewability.
Oh, I'm at the back half of the demographic, but I still meet the target, dear.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Of course, us girls in the knitting club all love HELLBEAST. Which that
Maybe I can get some customized crochet needles for future sales.
Oh, the ladies would love that indeed. And that leaves us with you two. Who do we have?
Riker will be like kind of sweating and staring at his shoes, visibly having an existential crisis at being asked who he is.
Oh, oh no!
And Emil's just trying to sneak away.
In his mech.
I think if Cinder notices Riker kind of panicking, I think she would like lightly touch him on like the arm to like try and reassure him,
Huh?
bring him back to reality.
Oh. I'm Riker Choi.
Riker Choi. What a lovely name. Wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure, pleasure. And this long, tall drink of water that's trying to sneak off, who might you be? Look at you, so handsome.
Emil.
Emil? Why? Back when I was a younger girl, I had a mix-up with an Emil. He was an ace pilot, and you could tell, too. Oh, but look at me. I'm just going on and on and on. Well, anyways, I'll go ahead and show you to the bunkhouse now if you want to get out of those stuffy, sweaty mechs. And, oh my goodness, I can tell just from the opening there's going to be a stench, so we're going to have to get you all cleaned, and we're going to have to get you properly outfitted for the temperate climate here. We like to keep it nice and warm and toasty here, remind us of back home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where's back home?
Oh, back home? That's Antilles Prime. Antilles Prime, as you would all know, is a resort world. It is known for kind of like Thailand. You know how they have like islands that are just rocks that tower that have foliage on them and things of that nature. It's kind of like that. And there's some places that have nice white sandy beaches and everything. It's literally like Bangkok and outside of Thailand, but a whole planet of that.
I don't think I've been there in a handful of years. You all locals or transplants?
Oh, no, transplant. But it was really important for the 6S for us to have a place where we could relax after hardcore missions, especially one like this, as frigid as it might be. But we like to be reminded it's home. As you look up at the dome, you realize the dome sky does not match the sky that is outside with like the snowstorm that's raging. It does kind of match, and if somebody wants to give me a D20 roll, and if you have anything that's associated with like astrology or like star navigation or anything like that, you can add that.
I got a 16.
16. Anybody? What's
Oh, I
up?
got a 3.
A 3?
Yeah.
Normally I'd roll for something like this, but I think I'm busy kind of grappling with
down.
the "Who are you?" question.
Yeah. So Saturday, you are familiar with Antilles Prime because you had a drop off there at one point. Corolla and Stall, you're familiar with Antilles Prime, but
It's a race there.
Yeah, it's the Antilles Grand Prix. It wraps around but you're too busy. You should be the only star that should be focused on there. So you're never focusing on the night sky on Antilles Prime because you're the only star that should be focused on. But Saturday, you know exactly that this is the exact like geolocation, like astrological location of where a private beach on Antilles Prime is, and they are live streaming that to this biodome right now.
Oh, that's interesting.
She goes, let me go ahead and bring you all to the bunkhouse. You all kind of get out of your mechs, and you're kind of sweating. It's hot. It's not humid hot, but it's like, down in Jamaica, Aruba. Ooh, I want to take you to Kokomo. You start walking across the sand, the simulated sand, and it crunches like snow, but it moves like sand. And it's odd. It's so odd that it's still surviving in this climate, in this temperate, like this kind of temperature in this climate. And she walks you across the way, and you cross over the main headquarters, and you see Killer Be Killed has moved over to their mech frame, and you see Uno just standing there, watching. As you all make your way to a big, what seems to be a 2-story, looks like a barn. It's painted red. It's got white trim. It's got big double doors, and you can see there's a lounging area out front with reclining chairs and umbrellas, and there's a fire pit, and you can see a horseshoe rack, and there's a bocce ball pit, all that kind of things. And she walks you inside, and if you've seen Midsommar, you know that kind of sleeping area they have in Midsommar where it's like all the beds in a circle around each other on the bottom floor, and then on the second floor it has kind of that similar kind of setup. That's how it is on the bottom floor, but there are dividing walls in between each of them. And the second floor is like a lounge area. And in the middle there's a hatch that is open that has stone steps leading down. She goes, welcome to the bunkhouse. Now you're going to go ahead and find a place to sleep. The 6S have been very, very adamant that you choose your bunks first, and they'll come and kind of move in and see where they want to stay as well. And they only ask that you leave a little bit of room for them. They want to get to know you. You're going to be fighting alongside each other in this big climactic battle with this giant worm, so to speak. So they want you to relax. Speaking of relaxing, we have a full-service kitchen, as well as a lounge, a game room, and a solarium up on the second floor, where you can have a full view of the planet in a very safe environment without having to worry about temperature, debris, or anything of that nature. Very popular with Veroslav when we're on any kind of heavily rock-thrown planet. If there's any asteroids or meteor showers going on, big fan of that. And if you go down to the steps, that'll lead to what Heflin likes to call the sweat lodge. It is our showers and saunas right downstairs. So and do pardon me, it does smell like that you should use some of those, but take your time to rest up. I'll have some fruit and beverages brought around your way. Is there anything else I can do for you, dearies?
Yeah, actually.
Mm-hmm.
All the clothing I brought to this planet is specifically for the icy, cold, brutal, and unforgiving frigid climate. Would you have anything, or could you print anything for me to wear while I'm around here? It's a little bit hot.
She goes, "Of course, dear." And she looks over to one of the walls, and you see that there are different racks, there are different hangers that have your names on them, and it is floral print Hawaiian shirts, and they have pants that are like denim pants that have scissors attached to them to like cut your own length. And then there's also like it's just like there's also like white T-shirts that are like embroidered with the 6S logo. Great branding. But yeah, and she goes, in case you didn't pack anything.
Thanks. I have kind of a thing on my neck that I need to hide.
Oh, it's psoriasis. He has a skin condition.
Oh my goodness, dear. Well, I have some ointment. I can go ahead and grab that for you too. But if you really,
I've got
really,
you, Troy. Don't worry about it.
oh, well, it seems like Stahl has you covered. And she looks between you two. She goes, well, I'm going to go ahead and make sure those beverages are taken care of and make sure that they know that you're all here. Why don't you go ahead and pick out your seating arrangements, and I'll just go ahead and ring a bell. Just any old bell that you see around here if you need me. Or you can just call out Granny, and I'll be coming.
Thanks,
Just
Granny.
sweating.
All right.
And she goes, goodbye,
Bye
and
now.
then floats away.
The moment that she's gone, I yank the shit off my neck and toss it to Riker and just go, hide your shit. And throw it to him.
I'm gonna sniff it and then put it on.
Are you being discreet about it?
Yeah, we're being discreet.
Go
We're
ahead.
being discreet.
Go ahead and roll me a d20, and if you have any skill triggers that involve stealth, go ahead and roll it. And if anybody wants to try to perceive that, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Literally not paying attention.
I want to forget he said it in real life.
Well,
Roll
I
to
rolled a
forget.
nat 1, so Saturday did not notice.
Roll to forget.
Can I use survive?
Yes.
Sure.
If anywhere
It's-
here.
Yeah.
It's a 21 if I include survive.
Go for it. Yeah, we're just gonna say, just like real quick.
Critically discreet.
Did you roll for it, Cinder or Drift? You don't have to.
Nah,
Okay.
I ain't wrong.
Yeah, good.
I don't care.
Everybody is too busy doing whatever they need to, and it's just like a real quick, and then you just tie it around your neck. It's a nice little ascot.
Yep. It's that blue, pink, purple scarf. It's got a HELLBEAST pin holding it together.
Oh my god.
Do you
I've got
see
a
that?
HELLBEAST collar.
Yeah, it's here.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter,
For the
everybody.
camera.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
so cute.
Very cute.
But yeah, you just threw it at him with the notion of just hide your shit, whatever it is.
Fan club getting bigger, huh?
Amazing. Amazing. So, you have a bevy of options available to you, assorted of things to do. What are you doing?
Cinder's gonna go claim one of the top bunks right away in one of the beds, like far in a corner.
Perfect. Far in a corner. Top
Mhm.
bunk.
Saturday's gonna do the exact same thing, probably opposite Cinder.
Opposite corner. Perfect.
I go for a bunk right in the middle and start setting up a DJ booth.
Amazing. Amazing.
course.
Amazing. Riker?
I'm going to go for the bunk that makes the most sense in the event of an emergency. So closest to the door or facing the door so that I can get up and take care of whatever business I need to take care of. And whilst doing this, I'm going to hook my comm system up to the OmniNet and try to study volleyball.
Oh.
Great. Okay, so we're considering this is downtime, so I'm going to need you to roll a d20, and if you have any skill triggers that are associated with studying the game of volleyball.
Well, assault is more applicable for when I actually start playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do have to read a situation.
Yeah, we'll say it goes. It goes.
Oh, ooh, 23. Dude, I'm getting such good rolls tonight.
It's gonna backfire on you later when we're in combat.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab bottom bunk in the back corner. Just toss my shit onto it. I'm gonna go over to the rack that's got all the clothes on it. Pick up the Hawaiian shirt, toss it back in.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up the scissors with the denim. Cut it up about like short thigh level. Just go, all right.
Amazing.
And then just toss the extra denim and take that back to my area.
Perfect. You're all setting up, getting ready. Is there anything pressing that you want to do at HQ right now? Before I start moving, I'm going to start throwing things at you. But I want to know if there's any intent that anybody has. If you want to go visit or talk to somebody specifically. If you want to go cry in a corner. If you want to go check out, because they do have representative hangars here for CNH.
I do, yeah, because they mentioned that. I actually do want to talk to those folks, because those are folks that I haven't quite gotten my hands on.
Amazing. Okay.
I'll even like make it known, like as I'm heading out, it's like, look, they said we had access to the CNH folks, and I'm gonna go see what that's all about.
Perfect.
Anybody else interested?
I'll come listen.
Cinder, you want that fancy fucking mech? This is your time.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll come.
You three make your way to the CNH hangar, which is the best way to describe it is the old airplane hangar from Pearl Harbor, where they all hang out at in the Michael Bay movie. There's just fans blowing. And out front, you see a man with tan, leathery skin, sunglasses on. He's got a bandana tied around his head. He's got a Hawaiian shirt that's open with a tank top that has sweat stains on it. His feet are propped up where he's wearing cut-off short shorts that are up to his mid-thigh and work like motorcycle boots on. And he's got himself one of those sun catchers, little sunscreens that's just, it's a reflector, sun reflector, focused right on his face. And you walk up. Do you walk up in front of him, to the side of him, or anything like that?
I walk up in front to like shadow onto, like shadow over the sun visor thing.
Best be something important to be standing in front of my son like that.
Certainly could be. Stalinbarian, how you doing?
I know who the fuck you are. I know who you were when you walked in. Who's your entourage there?
Here is Corolla and Cinder.
Corolla, Cinder, Stall. Sound like a damn comic convention. Not that you know what that is. Stands up, and you see him look his sunglasses at you, and he's got two completely cybernetic eyes, and he winks, rings up, and he goes, well, I reckon you're coming here to take a look at the product.
That's right. Who do you have the pleasure of speaking to?
Well, you're at the Chandraskar and Herschel Corporation. You're speaking to one half of that. You can call me Matthias Herschel. It's a pleasure to meet you. Extends a hand.
Yeah, take it and shake. Step forward, take it and shake it. And for the two that came with me, Stahl is wearing the same jacket, and obviously it was opened up, and the shorts that are shorter than Herschel's at this point. So it's a weird ass sight. Good to meet you, Herschel.
Good to meet you too. As for you two, pleasure to meet you as well. I know you two look a little bit shy, except I know exactly who you are. I lost money because of you, motherfucker. And he looks at Corolla. You're a damn good pilot. Damn good pilot. That's what I like to see. I don't lose money often. Well, why don't you come on inside here and I'll take a look, see what you got. He walks and he goes, might want to step back a little bit. presses a button. You hear a brrrr as the hangar doors open, and he walks inside to a very pristine, like, stainless steel room. Like, the outside of this looks like a beat-up hangar, but the inside of it looks like it's very, like, clinical. He walks in, and you see there are hanging from the ceiling different models of the different C and H suits, including the Charioteer, the Callista, and then especially the Kalarani, and then there's one standing with a sword posed right in front, that is a very, like, dour looking pose for a mech, the Saberor. But they have a myriad of them standing beside it, and he goes, "Don't worry about tracking no sand in here and everything like that. It's self-cleaning and everything like that. June made sure that I was well taken care of when I came to this planet." He goes ahead and turns around and brings the glasses up on his forehead and goes, "So, what can I do you for, Stall, Cinder, Corolla?"
Well, we were given the opportunity to make your acquaintance, and I gotta be honest, Chandrasekhar Herschel is a brand I haven't quite gotten a chance to run into in my travels, so had to take the opportunity and had to bring these two along.
Yeah, we're kind of a small outfit. We like to keep to ourselves quite a bit, but we also like to collaborate with some of the other companies. You know, you'll see some of our shit on Harrison Armory shit. You'll see some of our shit with the IPS North Star. Even those Smith Shimano fuckers got some of our accoutrement attached to their things. You might have seen one that looks like a spy plane, but it's also a mech, called the Comet.
Actually, I've looked at that mech. That's a really interesting mech.
Yeah, I kind of wonder why it exists, because a mech can fly by itself without aerodynamic wings, but this thing seems to have an aerodynamic wing propulsion system on it, and I'm just kind of like, why? But, you know, some people like it for aesthetic.
Well, and he points over towards the Callista. You go, small outfit that you are, I have heard about that one.
You've heard about old Callie, huh?
How could you not?
Callie Girl's real special. That was one of my own designs. June told me, "Oh, no one's gonna buy that. That seems like that's too much. Seems like it might be too dangerous, you know? We might need to keep something to, like, the Piss-a-lot or something like that." I like to call it Piss-a-lot. You understand? Because it's like, you got a mech, why not have some extra firepower weaponry with it? What are you just gonna do? You're gonna do tongue sudo and judo with a giant robot?
Sounds like June hadn't met folks like me if they thought that was a lot.
Well, I can see that you and I are birds of a feather. You know what that means?
Fly together.
That means we fly together. That's right. You're a smart fella. He's a smart fella. He looks over at Cinder. Are you a smart lady too?
I mean, I like to think I am.
One of the
Perfect.
smartest I know.
And I know this one's smart right back here. I've seen him take high gravity turns from, like, pinpoint precision. I didn't know how he do it. I nearly shat myself. He almost burned out over on Regiment. Was it the Regiment Grand Prix?
Yeah, the Regiment Grand Prix.
That was a rough one, but you managed to squeeze that out there. Squeeze that out like I squeezed out last night's beans. I tell you that much.
I turn adrift. There's like, kind of like I'm a nudge and point over towards the Charioteer and go, check this shit out though. It's the one that's got like the fucking rollerblades for feet.
Oh,
yeah.
Charioteer's real
That's
great,
interesting.
especially if you're a fan of that there figure skating and rollerblading, which are certain things that don't really happen too much, everyone. They're ancient, archaic techniques of what some would say was sports back in the olden times.
I just figure my man like something with some wheels and agility on it.
Wheels and agility, that's what she's got. So, what can I do you for?
I'll turn to Cinder, just hands out towards whatever's behind us and go,
I think Cinder like crosses her arms and like kind of like paces a little bit while looking at them. And then she goes, "Oh, the matador looks pretty neat."
Oh, yes! Mateo, the Matador, also known as Matthias. That was my first design. Really great.
Oh.
Full onboard viral knife, a Banderia anti-radiation missiles, a Punji counter-intrusion spike. That's something that was made by June. And that's on a version 1.6, so it's top of the line. You know, it's sweet! And it is not made for any one-on-one gladiatorial combat, hands-on kind of excursions. It's made for a long-term shot in the dark when you're out there in the sticks in the jungle and you're hearing everything around you and you don't know if the man that's breathing next to you is your enemy or if it's somebody that you've been fighting beside for a long time. And you're sitting there in those jungles and you're wondering, is this hole that I'm shitting in, is this the last hole I'm ever going to shit in my life? And you're kind of wondering, and you think of one of the most destructive things you could ever think of, like what could get me back home? And then you start hearing those quadcopters overhead and you realize, oh God, I might just make it. I might just make it after all. And then so you put it to paper and you design it. That's what the Matador was made for.
Seen a lot of war there, Hirsch.
Oh, every single goddamn day of my life, I was built for it. And you look at him, he's like really scrawny, like lean muscle and stuff. Just like
I'll just nod and go, birds of a feather, like you said.
he points over to a wall plaque, and you see there's an old like hollow photo on there with like a helmet beside it, and that says Bug Hunt written on it. And he goes, did about 3 tours over at Tannhauser. War was hell, I'll tell you that much.
Tannhauser, I think that was a little bit before my time.
Tannhauser, oh, that was way back when. Guess how old I am?
If you're going with Tannhauser, you gotta be in the triple digits at this point.
I'm 108 years old and I'm still getting leaner and meaner. I tell you what, I don't know what they put in my food, but June's not letting me die anytime soon. Sometimes I wish you'd let me die. Just let me go on and pass this mortal coil. I've been here for too long.
I feel you, Hirsch. But hey, so long as you can make it a ride while you're here.
Make it a ride we shall. Let's talk about your choices, and we're going to go ahead and cut over to the other group while you three are looking over the C&H. Just to let everybody know, we're using the field guide to Sultan that has extra mech frames as well as some flavor there. So go ahead and check that out. It is made available. It was a Lancer supplement that was made by Kai Tave. So go ahead and check that out. All right, let's go over to the other group. You've got the DJ music that's happening in the background, and that was left on like kind of like a loop by Corolla, who can also kind of control it from where he's at. Riker, Emil, Saturday. The bunkhouse is yours. You're kind of putting your things up, getting ready. I'm imagining probably getting all your clothes ready when you hear some noise come in. People stomping in a little bit, and you see Vyacheslav with a towel around his neck beside Heflin, and then Mona, as well as Donald Lamius following behind, all wearing Hawaiian shirts, their cutoffs, various states of dress, with like towels around, and they look and they go, look who it is. Heflin goes, we've got ourselves a couple of vultures in the bunkhouse, don't we? And he seems a little bit like sauced, a little bit like he has been drinking a little bit. You pick your bunks yet? Mona's like, lay off, Heflin. He's like, I'm not laying on anything. I'm just making myself welcome.
Yeah, we picked our bunks.
Perfect. Well, go ahead, get those sweaty winter clothes off. Go ahead and make yourself at home. We've got finger foods upstairs. There's plenty of hollow vids to check out, things to relax. We have a simulator up there that's almost like you're inside the suit, you know. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, go for it.
Thanks. I appreciate the offer.
We appreciate you being here. We're very, very welcome. Donald goes, yeah, we're really welcome. Glad you could come around here and shine a little light on that corner of Corellia.
Yeah, shine some light. Sure. I think you've got plenty of light outside, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, outside, isn't it great? We've got a perfect climate, perfect temperature for taking a little bit of sunbathing. We've also got a wave pool out back. You haven't seen it yet, but it's wonderful. Go ahead and get a boogie board or a surfboard. Go ahead and surf that, you understand? You ever been down to Tilly's Prime?
I have. Yeah, I have.
Ah, well, you're probably familiar with it. You might as well go ahead and make yourself make yourself at home, But if you need me, I'll be grabbing my shit in front of the bunk. I'm very excited.
Yeah, glad to have you. And Saturday's gonna sidle towards the door.
Hey, before you guys go,
Mona goes, go. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'm having my stuff brought by my assistant. I'm going to go ahead and take a shower. Those are top of the line. The sauna's excellent. Isn't that right, Vyaroslav? Vyaroslav goes, duh. It is always perfect after strenuous exercise to go ahead and warm up your muscles. Keep them from atrophying.
well, if it's best after you get exercise, you might want to wait. What do you say to a game of volleyball?
Are you challenging us to volleyball? You three, pipsqueaks. Or is it your full team?
I think we've
Saturday
rated you
looks
enough,
at Riker
but
like, please, no, don't get me involved in this.
I'm gonna glance over at Saturday and just kind of like whisper and go, team bonding builds character. I think we should get everybody involved. See who rules the court.
I hate sports.
Emil's just gonna gym at the camera, just
Vyaroslav bends down beside you Saturday and goes, do not worry, tiny person. Vyaroslav shall be very gentle with all of you.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Pinto?
Vyaroslav looks over at you. How tall is Pinto?
he's shorter than average.
He's shorter than average. Yeah. And he just goes and limbs over you and goes,
He's got big guy personality though.
you are a Mill King, correct?
Yes.
I've seen-
Yes, and not Wrath. Yes.
I've seen some of your stunts. You are impressive.
Thank you.
I shall be seeing you on the court. Instead of hitting sauna, I shall take cold shower to get myself mentally prepared. I shall sit under it for many hours to remind me of the frigid temperature of my home planet, to better focus myself for battle.
I'll do you one better. Do you guys have a sensory deprivation tank?
You bet your sweet ass we do.
15 hours. What's your max?
18 and a half.
You're lying.
You're lying. And he gets like kind of close to you, right to your face, and goes, do you want to prove it? See who cracks
Let's go.
first. So what is it going to be first? Beach volleyball or sensory deprivation? And he's like
Beach
breathing like right in
volleyball.
your face. He goes, perfect. Then afterwards we'll take a shower and make sure that we're both at sufficient clean levels so that the stench does not drive anyone else out. Perfectly clean, able-bodied. Then we'll make our way to the sensory deprivation chamber where it'll just be you and I. I, of course, will be going in naked so that there are no clothing to make any noise.
I'm breaking, but Riker is like UFC fighter, like stare off. And he's gonna go, sounds perfect.
I look forward to it. And Mona's just like, Jesus Christ. And just like walks to the shower. Heflin's just like, what the fuck just happened?
I don't know. I'm also going to go take a shower.
I'm not. I'm gonna go find some crackers. And he goes wanders off. We cut back to the other three.
Oh, Wes,
Yes. Oh
real
no.
quick.
Yeah.
Um, since we're in quote unquote downtime right now, Saturday is going to go pick out a change of clothes, go down to the showers, and just like sit under a shower and meditate for a while. And I would like to take the get focused to downtime action.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll that for me here.
All right.
Let me go ahead and pull that part of the book.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh, do you have it in front of you? What happens if you get a critical on that?
That I do not have.
Downtime? Okay. Wait a second. I'm getting it right now.
Okay.
This is what happens when you're not prepared, not prepared, not prepared. Downtime. Alright. Noted. I cannot wait till I have the IRL book, the print book, in my hands to where I can just look at it, and that'll be great. Okay.
Yes.
Downtime. Alright. You're not doing resources, you're doing focus.
Yes.
Get creative. Get focused. Okay, so you'll get a new +2 trigger based on your practice and training. For example, it could be playing chess, dancing. You can also improve a trigger from +2 to +4 or +4 to +6 for taking that downtime action. So are you improving a skill trigger, or are you wanting me to give you one? And if so, what are you meditating on?
I'm going to improve a skill trigger.
Okay.
And I'm wanting to improve my machine mind.
Perfect. Go ahead and raise that up. Lift that up.
All right.
Perfect. All right. Anybody else got any downtime, like Emil or Wrath? There's things you can do, like you need to fix your mech. Okay.
It is very destroyed.
It is very destroyed. Okay. So instead of doing all that, we are going to go ahead and have you do let's do a mech equipment and gear roll. So roll a d20 for downtime.
I rolled a 20.
Whoo! So, you're working towards repairing your mech, making all the proper accoutrement. You get to know one of the mechanics that is involved. His name is Timbuck. He connects with you because he too is very quiet. He doesn't talk often. He just focuses on the job, but he just kind of nods to you. There's occasional time where you need like a spanner or you needed like a blowtorch or something like that, and he handed it over to you, and like kind of like you developed like two mechanics are working in the same space and they're able to share tools without even like speaking or anything like that, to the point where he's just like, and he leads you over to a box that's been covered by a tarp that's covered up by other boxes. And he looks at you and he goes, so this was delivered, and then the rest of them looked at it and said they didn't need it. And so I figured that it would be something that you might appreciate. And you have acquired advanced jump jets.
Just a nod.
He goes,
Respectfully nodding.
he goes, do you need help putting these bad boys on?
Only if you want to.
Of course I do. He like goes and like helps you like wheel it over. What about you, Wrath?
I just wanted to send I wanted to send a message to everybody notifying them about the volleyball game. and then roll pull rank just to try to make sure we get some cooperation so we can have a fun volleyball scene.
Go ahead and give me
So-
a d20 pull rank, and we'll kind of play this out like naturally, but we'll see how this kind of goes.
It's a 23 on pull rank.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Okay, I'll keep that in the back pocket. Let's go to the other three. You were looking at the Matador. We've also had various other ones. What were y'all kind of looking at as far as like additions for C and H? Just kind of so I can kind of know how to like motivate Matthias here a little bit.
Honestly, I'm looking for something that's pretty big. I was looking at the Callista, but also like there's the IPS warden that CNH has worked with, but that's not here. That's somebody else.
Yeah.
So probably just the Callista to get because I've heard of it, and it's one of those things where aesthetically it's exactly the sort of shit that Stahl would go for. A bit of a different weapon set, but ooh, one of those type of mechs that you want to take a ride in at least once.
He looks at you up and down. He looks at the model of the Callista, and he goes, "Think you can handle this?"
Think you would want to let me take out for a spin and find out?
Roll a d20. Add any skill triggers that you think might apply.
Oh goodness, can I? Uh, 17.
He narrows his eyes at you. You narrow his eyes at him, but you can't tell because you're wearing sunglasses. He just kind of stares at your
The
sunglasses.
eyebrow just want to go down behind them.
Yeah, and he's got his sunglasses on, and you've got your sunglasses on, and it's just two men wearing aviator sunglasses staring at each other, and he goes, and he spits to the side, and goes, "What's your budget?"
Literally just the slightest of shrugs. That just basically says, "What do you want for it?"
And he goes, "Why don't you go ahead and take it out for a spin for your next mission, if it fits for you? We'll go ahead and make
I'll
it a permanent addition."
I'll even put it up on the stream.
Good. And he nods at you.
Whatever she wants to, and I'll point over again toward over my shoulder towards Cinder.
And you can see his demeanor completely changes as he looks at Cinder, and he goes ahead and puts his sunglasses up on his forehead and goes, "What can I do you for there, darling?"
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, I think the Matador is kind of the best fit for me, E-defense, artillery, that's kind of my jam. And being funded by our good friend Stahl here, because I did a good job.
She's a smart kid.
I've seen his streams. I know he's good for it, so, yeah, we'll get you fitted out for it. Whatever you need.
Cool, thank you.
Just send the bill to him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to get y'all to sign anything, right? Y'all are good for it?
We're contracted here.
Perfect. Alright. Works for me. What about you? Tall, dark, and stormy in the back, just over there brooding in that nice coat of yours.
I may come back and look at the saber, but I'm comfortable with what I got right now.
I like that. I appreciate that in a man. Being able to look at something and be like, this is nice, but I can work with anything. That's kind of like what riding with C&H is like, Sometimes when you're out there on the road, you got your hand on the steering wheel, nothing but your music playing in your ears. Stretch of road reaching out for you in the distance. No turns left or right. And you just know that's the direction you need to go. I feel like that's you, Corolla. Well, we'll go ahead and get you outfitted for everything that you need. If you need anything from me, then go ahead and take care of that, alright? It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, let's throw her hand out to her. We'll talk about your bug hunt when I get back.
Ah, you spotted that. Yeah, alright. And he goes ahead and gives you like a predator shake. And then goes, happy hunting to all yous.
How's turn of these two go?
That's right.
Yeah. Nice meeting you.
As you walk out, you get a ping that goes, V-ball game, very intense, necessary. Stahl's honor was in question. I stood up for you all. I think this is a perfect time to establish who's the real dogs around this yard.
Why is he so corny?
Yeah, just like look at the look at the message on the Bayard and go, the fuck were on those videos?
Also, a good question why he's so corny. Also, why did he sign us up to play a game that none of us have played before?
I've played it before.
Oh, I guess just me.
I've watched.
No, I haven't. I mean, I know how to throw a ball, though, and hit things. It'll go fine.
You know what? You already did pretty good with your mech there. Just keep doing that. If something comes at you, pop it straight up.
I can do that, I think.
Yeah, you pop it straight up, somebody else hits it. Setup complete.
You all three walk back to the bunkhouse, and when you get in, you hear music playing loudly. It's Corolla's loop that's been going, and there's been some other music added to it as Heflin's listening to like his other music and like kind of matching along with it, and standing in front of the speaker that's like in front of his bed that he's taken, and he's taken a bed that's right beside you, Stahl, right beside yours, and he's standing in front of it, and you see Saturday is just like, oh dear. And Riker, what is Riker doing?
Riker is taking an ice bath right now.
Right, just focus, taking an ice bath.
Just getting psyched out. Got like, he's got his like Apple Dirty Buds in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like listening to volleyball tips.
Mm-hmm. You see Emil walk in, smudged with a little bit of grease and everything like that. Slight smile on his face. The ever slightest smile on his face.
Just take in the scene, just go. Well then.
You see Donald is on the banister up top on the second floor, and he is sitting with a big bong in his hand, and he's just fucking ripping into it, and he goes, "Gotta get my go juice ready for this sweet volleyball action." The hatch opens, and some steam kind of rolls out from the sweat lodge. And you see Mona and Veroslav walk out after each other with towels around their neck. Mona is still wearing her like volleyball attire, and just winks at Cinder, and then like walks outside. And then you see Veroslav walk out, and he's completely naked, and he walks over to and he just like walks over to his bunk and starts holding up two different pairs of denim cutoff shorts. One is like a gray denim, the other one's like a light blue denim. And he's just like posing.
Gray denim.
And he does that turn like that, like looking over, like he knows. And he goes, "Good eye. You have a good eye for things." And he goes ahead and he slips them on, zips it up, and he goes, "I'll see you all on the court." And he puts the towel back around his neck, and he walks out. We are going to cut for a moment. A cut and pan out of the cabana across the windswept wastes of Corellia as we come to the new bowl, or the bowl that was made when Father Rasputin arrived back home. You see that bowl has been built up now. There is an ice, like almost like Dr. Manhattan's crystal palace on Mars, kind of built up, and you see there are some of these bug things that are kind of like using their mucus to collect different like snow and ice and everything like that to form this kind of palace. And he's sitting in the remnants of a stone chair, one of the pews that he's kind of fashioned into a pseudo throne that's behind this cracked crystal that's hanging above him. And he's sitting and he's reading through this book, and he's holding his hand up. And you see him snap, and he moves his hand, and like a magician trick, like a sleight of hand trick, what looks like a dog whistle comes out. And he starts dancing it across his fingers. And then he closes the books and he goes, "My children, the time is coming soon. Let us summon your mother." And he looks towards a hall that leads down and he just blows into the whistle and no sound appears. And there's a rumbling that occurs. A very deep rumbling. And we're going to go ahead and cut to break as we get ready for this beach volleyball game. And we'll see what else happens with Father Rasputin. So stay tuned, and we will be right back.
I'm a goddamn superhero. I'm a goddamn superhero. I'm a goddamn superhero.
welcome back. I'm glad everybody heard that, and they can see it on the captions too. Fantastic. All right. So when we last left off, we had some accoutrement added to the mechs. We also had everybody put their stuff in the Six Skulls bunkhouse, in which there was a challenge of beach volleyball thrown. A gauntlet was thrown by our very own Riker Choi to the Six Skulls. We the camera comes back, and we see that there are people gathered around. Everyone's cheering. Everyone's ready. There are space coronas being passed out. Everybody's having a good time, and you notice on the opposing side from you, as you're all getting stretched and ready for beach volleyball. I'm assuming you're all dressed for the occasion, right?
Oh, absolutely not. But I have the shorts on, and I'm literally just pulling the jacket
You're
off.
just taking the jacket off, and you've got like
Yep.
the shirt and everything. Perfect.
Yep.
On the opposite side, you see Viroslav Han, Heflin Kapkan, Mona Naito, and Donna Lamius, all standing on the beach, and they're all kind of getting ready, talking. You see in the crowd behind them, you see Killer Be Killed standing there, along with Uno. They are not geared up to go like beach volleyballing. They are just watching. And they have you have all six of you on your side. And Viroslav with Heflin walk over. Viroslav has the ball tucked under his arm against the side, walks over to the net and looks through it.
I'm gonna meet him at the net.
Meet at the net. Do you bring a second with you?
Yeah, I'll bring. I'm gonna
Stall!
bring. Stall. Yeah, I'll bring whoever wants to come up, but I'll bring Stall. I think Stall or Corolla or both. Like, I think y'all are the picks.
Yeah, I'll walk up with you.
Yeah, I go over there.
All right, we're gonna just shake him a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Viroslav looks over at each of you and goes, "Do I have to explain any of the rules to you?"
Nope.
Very good.
We win, you lose, right?
That's usually how it works in a game, yeah.
You win, we lose. We win, you lose. Nothing going on here. No pink slips, no money, nothing. But just the glory of battle and honor brought upon the sand. Do you accept these terms?
You don't
Let's
want to make
do
it
it.
like a little you don't make it fun like a little strip volleyball thing or anything.
You see, he's not wearing a shirt at all, but you see him bring out like a Sharpie, and he goes, "Pick your captain." And you hear the squeak as he puts the captain C over his heart, and then caps the marker and passes it under the net over to you. And he turns and he goes, "Come on, Captain." And Heflin goes, and then turns and walks back with him.
There are a lot.
Yep. Yep, they are.
We've got to win, whatever it takes.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Can do. Storyteller, how many is like everybody like looking at us, or are they just like milling about waiting for shit?
People in the crowd, you're starting to wonder, is like, do they bring an entourage with them when they come here? Like, do they bring like mechanics and just like party people with them? And the answer is probably yes.
Right.
But they're all just kind of like chattering like expectantly and everything like that. Everybody on the other team, just the four of them, are stretching and like bending, and you can see Viroslav popping his neck with like his hand and then looking over and then pops his fingers individually.
He's looking over at us doing that.
Yeah.
In turn, I will crack one knuckle, crack one knuckle, crack my head to one side, and then I'm gonna put my hand on my neck to push to the other side. I'm hitting the subdermal switch to hit one of my stims.
Ooh, that rush. There it is.
This one is juice. Heightened senses, shortened reaction time.
Perfect. Amazing. You're ready to go.
Potential side effect of rage, but we'll see where we go there. And I just kick it underneath, and there's a small little pop. It's hardly audible, but it just starts flowing.
Maybe we should make this a little bit more fair for you. We can have Donald sit out. Ah, fuck you, Veslav.
Oh, was he your cheerleader?
Oh, yeah, you go fuck yourself, Stall Imperium. Nobody gives a shit about you.
Don't gotta fuck myself. I got an entourage for that. Come on, buddy. Let's see what you can hit.
Let's see what you have first. Here. And he pops the ball over to you, Cinder, and goes, since you are so deft at hand, let's see if you can repeat it again. And they step back into formation. And I'm going to go ahead and hit our music.
I'm gonna turn and look at Cinder, just like eyes over, and Cinder, if you get a good look in Stall's eyes, the pupils are dilated. At this point,
Okay.
so
Yeah, she looks and she's like,
remember, pop up to another person, they send it over.
okay,
If you're not sure what to do, you knock it straight up in the air.
okay. Sounds great. Is Cinder doing the first roll to hit to the other team?
Yes,
Cinder
you
serving
are.
the ball?
You're serving the ball. So I'm going to need you to roll me a d8, please.
Okay. A 6?
A 6. You go ahead. I need you to roll a d20 and add any skill triggers that you see fit.
Does stay cool work?
I would say so, since you're opening this up.
Okay.
Since you're opening up this fucking volleyball pit.
A 22.
Hey, that's a critical. You go ahead and you pop it, and Donald is looking like really confident, and you just bink him right in the head. And he goes, and it like lands on the ground. And he goes, "Ah, what the shit!"
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I really promise I didn't.
He goes, "Ah!" And he grabs the
Nice
ball,
shot.
and he tosses it back over to your side.
I will catch it immediately
Got it. Catch it immediately. All right.
and pass it back to Cinder.
Yep. Go ahead and roll again, Cinder.
The D8 again?
D8.
Okay. A 7.
7. Go ahead and roll me a D20.
That's a 20.
It's a 20.
Yeah.
You go ahead and pop it up. Veroslav gets under it and does like the squat and pops it back over to you. I'm going to roll a d6. 2, 3, 4, 6. Saturday, are you playing? I need you to roll me a d20. Add any skill triggers that you have.
That is a 15.
15. You pop it back up. I need you to roll me a d8, please.
Alright. 1.
You pop it back up, and you have it set. I need the next person in initiative, so that is going to be Drift. I need you to roll me a d20, as it's been set up.
I love that you, like, came up with actual rules for how to play volleyball in Lancer.
And stay cool.
Yeah, you can add stay cool.
25.
25. You go and you do immediate just spike down, and Heflin Capcan tries to dive for it and misses completely, and he hits the sand. He goes, I'm fucking watching you. I'm fucking watching you.
You should watch the ball.
He grabs the ball and he tosses it under the net.
I catch it immediately.
Mhm.
Like, I have unnatural reaction time at this point, so just
Yeah.
catch it immediately.
Catch it
And-
immediately.
Just hold it out to whoever, and if nobody takes it, then I'm gonna hit it.
You can see Mona staring at you, Stall. Okay, so next on the list is Pinto, if you want to send it up. If not, then Stall's gonna pop it up.
I'll let Stall serve.
Got it. Stall.
All right. Am I rolling a D8 or a
You're gonna
D20?
be rolling a D8 and then a D20.
All right. 8.
8. Okay, go ahead and roll a D20.
Rolling a D20, I'm adding the grit and show off, and if there's any mechanically, it doesn't actually say what stims like do numerically, but it says that it says it heightens senses and alertness, reduces reaction time and fatigue, etc.
I'm gonna take it into like a difficulty level for you kind of thing.
Okay. Well, total is a 21.
Nice. Veroslav, Heflin is going to like go for it, and Veroslav pushes him out of the way and sends it back over to you.
Right.
Let me go ahead and roll. It's going towards Pinto. Pinto, go ahead and roll me a d20.
That is a 14 before I fist to faces.
Excellent. And then go ahead and roll me a d8, please.
1.
You pop it up, and Mona is at the net and sends it up and just like spikes it back. Let me go ahead. I dropped the dice. It's probably gone forever. Oh no. Yeah, it's gone forever. Go ahead and roll. Spikes it directly at Riker. Riker, I need you to go ahead and roll me a d20, please.
That's an 8, but can I add read a situation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So it would be 12 with read a situation in my grit.
12?
Yep.
Riker, you go to, like, get under it and pop it up, and, like, you've been studying this whole time, and you notice that Uno has moved around to the side of the crowd and was looking at you, and you get kind of distracted, and you fumble it, and it hits your net, and it hits back on your side.
Damn it.
Okay. I was gonna say, can one of us try and save it?
If you want to, yeah, if you have an appropriate skill trigger.
Oh,
I've got get somewhere quickly, and what about you,
no,
Cinder?
I'm act unseen or unheard. That's all I got that I could maybe use.
I've
Okay.
got get somewhere quickly as
Go
well.
ahead, yeah, go ahead and roll d20.
Uh, 14 plus the whole like reaction time thing.
14 plus the reaction time thing. You get it just up off on. I need you to roll me a d8, please.
8 again.
8 again. This time, Veroslav, it's going right towards Veroslav, and Heflin gets right in front of him and pops it back to you.
Okay.
That is going towards Pinto. Pinto, go ahead and roll me a d20.
That is a 6.
6. Pinto, you go to like hit it, and then you hear a Pinto, and then you get distracted, and then you miss, and it just hits the sand. Now it's 2-1. All right. Volleyball goes back over to their side. You see Donald go, "Give me that!" And you see him kind of like cracking his back and everything, twisting everything, and he shimmies his butt a little bit, and he goes to pop it up.
He does what a little bit?
He shimmies his butt a little bit. He like holds it out, shimmies his butt a little bit, and he pops it up.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A cat about to pounce.
Like a cat about to pounce, exactly. Pops it up, Cinder, it's going right at you. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
That's an 18.
An 18. Matched him perfectly. Roll me a d8, please.
Okay. That's a 5.
That's a 5. Pops up over the net, going right towards Veroslav Han. He pops it back up. It's going towards Drift. Drift, go ahead and roll me a d20.
With stay cool, that is an 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
You go ahead, you pop it up. It's about to hit the net. I need somebody to go and try and save it.
23.
23. Pop it back up. It like you get right under it. You're right there, and it doesn't even get close to touching the net. And you just do like a quick knock it over. Just like knock it over. It's spinning. Go ahead and roll a d8.
7.
And you got a what?
7.
Okay, and then your roll before that was
Oh, it was a
20. It was like a 23.
Yeah.
23.
Right.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead and pop it over to the other side, and Heflin goes to grab it, and Viroslav trips him, and he comes just short, and it hits the sand.
And Stahl's just up on adrenaline at this point. Just sort of crouches down under the net to just look at Heflin in the sand. Just goes. He gets back up, just kind of like Goku hopping, getting ready for the next round.
Heflin rolls over. It is y'all's set. Who's serving?
Let me give it a shot.
Okay, Riker. Go ahead and give me a roll a d8 and then give me a d20 roll.
On my D8, it's an 8.
Perfect.
On my D20 roll, I'm rolling Assault. So it is a 22.
Got it. Rocketing right towards Mona Naito. She pops it back over. Saturday. Go ahead and give me a d20 roll.
Alright. This is what I decided is for volleyball. That is a 19.
19. You pop it back over the net. Go ahead and roll me a d8, please.
7.
7. Donald Lamius is about to go for it. Viroslav Han is right there. Pops it back up. Heads toward Riker. Riker, I need you to roll me a d20.
13 on my D20 roll.
13. Got it. Pop it back towards the net. I need you or somebody else to make a. I need somebody else to make a save, please.
What? I rolled a D20 for that.
Yeah, roll d20 for it, Drift.
Alright.
Did you roll one as well, Stall?
Yeah, I also rolled one for it, and to play into the rage thing, Drift can still absolutely roll for it, and if I get over him, I'm literally just going to cut in front of him.
Got it.
Oh, you most likely did then, because I got a I got a 5.
Oh yeah, I nat 20'd, and with show off and pilot grit, that's a 26.
You go ahead and you completely body Drift, and you like hop up over him and push him down and just
slam.
Push slam right back to it.
Leapfrog.
Heflin Capcan is right there.
It's aimed right at him.
And he headbutts it up over, and he lands. Stall, give me a d20 roll, please.
Oh yeah.
If you need to read a situation, go ahead and read.
No, I'm not reading shit.
Okay.
I am, however, going to apply. Can I apply fist to face on this one to hit it right back at his face?
This is to notice something.
Oh, then no, I've got nothing for that. But I rolled a 19.
A 19. You see a blinking light on his collarbone.
Mm-hmm.
As it seems that he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there at all. He shouldn't have made that headbutt over to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like he's got a little bit of an addendum, accoutrement, a little bit of addition himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's rocketing over towards Drift, who is on the ground.
I will literally land, grab him, and like pull him straight up to go hit it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a d20, Stall, and then Drift, go ahead and roll me a d20.
13 plus grit and show off is 19.
Perfect.
Total.
Alright. I got a 21 with Stay Cool.
Stall grabs you and kind of like helps you up, and your hand is there, and you knock it over. Go ahead and give me a D8 roll.
Just a pro wrestling Laredo whip up.
Yep, exactly.
I got a 7.
A 7. Perfect. Donald Lamius is ready. He's fucking right there. And then you see Viroslav Han scoop him up onto his shoulders. And he knocks it back, coming right towards Saturday, who you notice is shuffling around uncomfortably, does not look like they want to be here at all. Is sweating, just not having a good time at all. Saturday, I need you to roll me a d20, please.
It never stops rolling. That's a 19.
A 19.
Plus 25.
Roll me a d8, please.
6.
Donald Lamius hops off of Viroslav Han's shoulders and kicks the ball over the net. And then you hear somebody go, hey, wait, that's cheating. You're not allowed to kick the ball. And he goes, shut up! I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's my court.
Can I roll to intercept the ball back and they'll just spike it at him?
Yeah, you can.
25. I'm aiming to hit him in a way that he can't knock it back.
You go ahead and you just do like a rabbit punch to it,
Mhm.
and it zooms right at him and banks him in the side of the head. And you see him hit the ground, and he hits the ground, and he lies there for a little bit. And then he rolls over, and he's got his sidearm out, and he's got it pointed at you. And he pops up, and it's like a revolver, and he goes, you want to try that again, funny guy? Huh?
Give me the ball and watch find out.
And his hand is shaking.
Yeah, put the gun down.
Put it away before I feed it to you. I guarantee you I can get through this net before you can pull that trigger.
Heflin Capcan goes, yeah, we're all sure you can, since you're over there juicing up on the side, aren't you?
Why don't you tell me, Blinky on your neck?
Only fair, right? Mona's like, can we please just stop doing with all this testosterone posturing?
I thought we were playing a game.
I thought we were playing a game too, until we start binking each other in the head with fucking balls. If I wanted
The
that,
first time was an accident.
then I'd be over on your base.
Still can after the game.
Viroslav walks over to Donald and goes, just leans down and whispers to him. And Donald is like shaking, his hand is shaking. He's got it set up like one of like the fucking Capulet boys from, or Montague boys from fucking Romeo plus Juliet. And he's just shaking, and he's sweating.
Aiming sideways.
Is anybody behind Stall, like on this team?
Saturday definitely
Yes.
is.
Yeah, you see Stall's
Yeah.
hand. You see Stall's hand is like is behind him, and he's got his baton in his hand already, waiting to unfold it.
And then Donald just points it up, holds it out, and lets it droop down. You know how just holding it on his finger, and it just kind of goes, barrel points down, and he goes, it's all fun and games, right? Sorry,
Until you put somebody's eyes out.
just had my temper get the best of me. And he goes ahead and he like twirls the gun a couple of times, and then puts it back in his shoulder holster.
And for Saturday, you can see it takes a couple seconds for Stall to let go of the baton.
Killer Be Killed goes, I think that is enough for the game. It seems that the Oblivion unit wins. Disappointing. Everybody's kind of like going, oh. Does that mean
As soon as she says that, Saturday bolts back into the bunkhouse, like they were like ready to go at the first sign.
Heflin is just like nostrils flaring, just like breathing, kind of having like the same reaction as Stall's having, and just kind of like staring at him, and goes, It doesn't have to stop here. We can do horseshoes, bocce ball. We can do a foot race. We can foot race.
Why don't you want to fucking wrestle for it while you're at it?
We can do that too. I'm fine with it. I'm a black belt. I'm a fucking black belt. And he's like rubbing his nose and stuff like that. And Veroslav goes, I think
I got a whole closet of belts.
And Heflin goes, listen here, you piece of shit. And then Veroslav grabs him and goes, I think maybe it is best for you to take a timeout. Go take a walk, Heflin. You don't tell me what to do. Take a walk, Heflin. Does that and he goes, fucking watch yourself. And he turns and he walks off. Veroslav walks over and like ducks under the net and like towers over to those that are still remaining on the sand court and goes, that was a well-earned game. Very well. Extends his hand to each of you.
I take it, and it's just pure adrenaline grip at that point, but it's still a handshake. Let go.
There shall be drinks. We're also having a barbecue tonight if you'd wish to join us. You have the full range of the base, except for the main headquarters. Those are for Uno and Uno only. Thank you very much for playing this game with us. It is very near and dear to our hearts. I apologize that Donald's hair trigger got a bit excessive. He cares much about this game. It reminds him of home.
It's okay, it was fun.
We shall have to play it another time, maybe with different teams.
Okay.
Team building exercise. Is that what you said, Riker?
Yeah, that's what I heard and what I was listening to on the OmniNet.
Good. I shall see you in sensory deprivation chamber later.
Wouldn't miss it.
Dust of Anya. And he turns and he walks off. Leaving you on the court, Saturday has stomped off towards the bunkhouse. Saturday, can you go ahead and roll me a d20 roll as you walk into the bunkhouse?
That was a 2. I don't notice anything.
You're walking.
Saturday's having a bad time.
You're walking in and you're kind of upset. And you get in your bunk and you get ready. And you're kind of calm yourself down. And you hear some rustling as if some papers had fallen or something like that, or like a bag had dropped. And you look up and there's nobody else in the bunkhouse but you. You're like, oh, that's odd. Interesting. What are you all doing? Oblivion unit. Victorious on the sand. By the way, if you're wondering about Veroslav being all over the place, like I saw in the chat, for that, I had him for on odds, he shows up. Because he is essentially a super soldier.
Mm-hmm.
So on odds, he would push his way through. Everybody else was assigned a number, but on odd numbers, it was just Veroslav.
Interesting. I'm just gonna turn around to whoever's left, and yeah, Stahl is just is physically vibrating because he's standing still at this point. Good game.
Good game.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a little worried about Saturday from how they just stormed off.
Not everybody's into sports, Riker.
Well, and
yeah, but
someone pulled a gun.
You get used to it.
Mona
maybe
walks
you
over.
get used to it.
Mona walks over and goes, Donald is a bit of a hothead. He does not mean well either. I'm not going to try to excuse his behavior. I cannot stand the cretin, but he's under contract and we're under the same team.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I get it.
I hope to see you all later. And she kind of like looks over the crowd, over a lot of you, just kind of like sizing each of you up, like looks up Emil up and down and goes, and then like walks past and winks at Cinder, and then just like walks off towards a crowd of people that are standing around a table. Riker, did you say you were going to go check on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, and anybody else who wants to come.
I mean, Cinder was gonna probably come back and like clean up because she probably never took a shower.
Yeah, same.
So
yeah. No, I'm here to take a shower.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Shower time!
Shower time! Hit the showers! Get to the locker, y'all!
As long as we don't have to have another costume change for that. I'm fine.
Nah, I'm putting my jacket back on.
You all head back to the bunkhouse. Riker, you see Saturday. What is Saturday doing?
Sitting in the corner of their bunk, attempting to meditate and basically vibrating and failing very hard at meditating.
It's something that you all notice. It's quite obvious and quite clear.
I'm just gonna Saturday?
Yeah, hi. What's up?
Just checking on you. You, seemed a little disheveled.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's
well,
fair.
do you need to talk about it?
Maybe. I don't know. Saturday, so bunk kind of swings their legs off the edge. Why did this have to be how they set things up? I'm not a fan of their stupid resort. I don't have great memories there.
Oh. Well, I mean, it was set up this way before we got here. This is just a place they like.
It's just unfortunate. I just, rather stay inside and not see their stupid beach and their stupid fake sky.
Okay. Well, if you need some space, I think getting some space is a good idea. And if you need anything else, we're always on comms.
Yeah. Maybe a hug?
Okay.
Bonding.
Team bonding. Quick hug is shared between the two. Team bonding. You had the Fallout, person like that pop up in the corner. Kind of fast forward just a little bit towards the showers. As you make your way down to the sweat lodge, you notice it is a top-of-the-line team shower. There are private shower stalls as well as a team kind of set up like Carrie kind of shower room as well as private private sauna area off to the side. And you can already hear water running in the team shower as you see the big man himself with playfully and artfully placed shower steam covering the bits that need to be covered as he's just sitting and watching. And he kind of looks over to some of you walking down and he goes, "Make yourself at home, plenty of room."
Cinder immediately ducks for one of the private shower stalls.
Private shower stalls, yeah.
Yeah.
Stall was going to, and then saw an opportunity and has been tossed off and is heading towards the team shower.
Team shower, good. He's rubbing his neck and everything like that, and he goes, "We as a team, the Six Skulls here, prefer to use team showers. It's a way to bond. If you understand your teammates at their clearly most vulnerable moment, then you understand them at their strongest. It is something that we utilized back when I was in the military."
We just teamed up and blew shit up. Worked out pretty well.
Boisterous Russian laugh is heard throughout.
So, out of curiosity, two people immediately ran for the private shower.
Stalls, yeah.
Yeah. Whoever didn't, the moment that the shirt came off, could see the faint Y scar down Stahl's back, shoulder to base of spine.
Mm-hmm. From the super
as he went in.
From the Onyx program.
Mm-hmm. And lines on the backs of each tricep.
He goes, "Tell me,
Mm.
these scars,
Mm.
where did you get them from?"
My program.
Ah, I see. You too are a enhanced individual.
I like to think of myself as improved.
Enhanced, improved. In my language, these mean the same thing.
It's not a very diverse language, then.
Why waste words when you can just use one?
Yeah, just gonna keep on just making his presence unavoidable in the middle of the team shower.
Riker, do you private shower?
Always.
You private shower, you're in and out, it's methodical, it's clean, it's clinical. You are in and out real quick, and you notice this back and forth happening between Stahl and Veroslav.
Yeah, anybody that winds up walking past at any point, even if you went to the private shower, so long as I'm there, you will see the scar pattern. It's on the chest, too.
You make your way back upstairs. Saturday is, I'm assuming, doing some tune-ups, everything of that nature. Kind of focused in their own world. Roll me a d20, Riker.
All right.
Eight.
You see a shadow outside of one of the bunkhouse windows. Seems person-shaped.
Can I investigate further? Can I roll read a situation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, natural 19 plus 4, 23.
You kind of look closer as you go to like take your dirty clothes and you kind of put them off to the side, and you have like your cleaner clothes that have been given to you. And I imagine that Riker probably doesn't have cutoffs. Riker's probably like a rolled up pants leg kind of guy.
Tactical Speedo.
Perfect. We're going the Fade Routher route. Perfect. Got it. Tactical Speedo, Hawaiian shirt on, and you look up at through the window, just kind of like discreetly, and you see, very creepily might I add, Uno standing there, a little bit far back, watching you.
Gonna button my shirt.
You see a hand hold up, point to you, and make a come here motion.
I don't like this. I'm okay. I'm gonna go down there.
You walk outside. And they have like the false night up, and you see as you walk outside and you go over to that window where Uno was, they are walking away, and they're walking towards the main HQ, past the main HQ building, towards a cabana.
I'm gonna follow.
You follow. They kind of look
Out
back
of sheer
occasionally to make sure that
curiosity.
you're following, and they walk into a cabana, open the door, and they close it.
I'm gonna knock.
The door opens slightly ajar.
Hello?
And you just hear a breathing kind of noise. It's like through a ventilator.
Listen, I don't know if you need anything or if anything's okay. I'm gonna like slowly peek in.
You open up the door, and the room is very clean. It's very Spartan. It's function over fashion. There's a bed, there's a desk, there's notes on the desk, there is a hollow port, there's a computer. there's a table that has 1 plate, 1 cup, 1 fork, 1 knife, 1 spoon sitting on it. There is a wash station. There's a hygiene station. There is one single piece of decoration, which is a rug that is in the middle of the room, probably to be there more for function over fashion, to be more approachable or appealing. Standing by the desk, you see Uno, back turned towards you. Helmet still on. Cape has been, the cape that they have in their whole get-up, their cloak, has been hung up on a hook that's on the wall. And they're standing there just with the hand behind their back, and they're typing onto their hollow feed and bringing up a hollow table. Where was that mission where you got ditched? Were you spaced out?
Gas giant. Can't remember the coordinates.
It's part of the Thermopylae system. Gas giant. You see there's a hollow vid brought up onto a big screen. That you realize the wall that the computer is on is a massive screen, and you see that it forms into smaller monitors, and there's different news outlets, things happening, and there's a reading of things that are happening in Corellia, things of that nature. And you see, brought up to the big screen, there is a video of a NHC frigate that is doing battle with a NSF cutter. And the cutter's outmaneuvering the frigate. And it cuts feed to a helmet cam. And it's soldiers, all moving, kind of like stormtroopers, pushing and trying to get to escape pods. And you see there's a systematic failure happening. And you see somebody trip and fall before they're about to get into an escape pod. And this person is about to get into an escape pod and turns and looks, and then steps out and then picks up the person that has tripped and fallen, looks at them directly, and you see it is your face, Riker, in the helmet. Like your helmet, it's your face, and you remember it now. You're starting to get flashes back to it, that you tripped and fell. You weren't going to make it to an escape pod, and this person picked you up and grabbed you, and they had a full helmet on, and it was somebody that was a higher officer rank than you, picked you up and then just tossed you into an escape pod. And the last thing you remember seeing before it jettisons off of this frigate is them staring and looking, and then just signing to you, "You're gonna be okay."
It was you.
You see them turn, and you hear a hiss, and they sign yes. And you see them depressurize the helmet and take it off, and you see your face, but there's a mohawk, and it is a like multicolored, like rainbow kind of mohawk, and it's your face especially, but there are scarring along their throat and everything, and they hold up a hand towards you.
Why did you do it? I'm just another clone.
And they shake their head no. And they hold up their hand again. And you take your hand up and you put it up right to it. And then they loop their fingers around. And then they point at your chest, your heart. And then they point at theirs. And in a rudimentary way, I don't know if Riker understands sign language, but in a rudimentary way, they say, same, but different. Two parts of one whole being.
Riker's gonna give this other person, him to a big gay hug. Big gay hug incoming.
They allow it. And they walk over to the desk and they bring up a file folder. And they hand it over to you. And it says classified. Redacted. Thermopolized system operation. And they sign to you, read it.
I'm gonna sit down at the desk and do just that.
And it tells you everything about the operation you were involved in, why they were in that thermopolized system, and you realize that the NSF was trying to fight off the NHC that was stealing important minerals and fuel from this gas giant. They were trying to fuel something, a machine of some sort. Uno had been trying to figure out what this machine does, and that's why Uno had signed up the 6 Skulls to work on this operation. Because whatever it is, it's not good, and it needs to be put a stop to.
So you're not what I thought you were. And I'm not.
They go over and they point at something that says experimental unit. Kraken unit.
Kraken unit.
They point at you and they point at themselves.
Us. Why?
They flip the page towards this diagram of what looks like a giant robotic worm.
The machine?
They make a closed fist.
I'm sorry, this is a lot to process.
They turn the page in the next folder and they point at it. And you see those black out, like, Praetorian guards that the Tsar had around him. And then flips open a picture and you see multiple different stall Empyreans, but they have different haircuts, different beards, different goatees, and of that nature. And they point...
Stall 2.
Hellhound unit. And then points to specifically 3 different ones. One has an eye patch, the other one is completely bald with a tattooed head, and the other one looks just like Stall. And these are the ones that we're following around the Tsar. And they are call sign Cerberus.
The Tsar has to be stopped.
They sign to you, I agree. They say, but you have to play along.
Listen, I appreciate the info, but I can't make decisions like this alone. I have to talk to the rest of my team.
They sign to you, tell them what you need to. Don't tell them too much.
Stall deserves to know the truth.
They sign to you.
Take the folder.
They sign to you, it might break him.
It broke me. I'm gonna leave.
Before you go to the door, they snap. And they just hold up. Two pinkies like that. And they nod. And they turn back towards the computer. And you walk out.
Yeah, I'm gonna just quietly cry as I walk across the beach and go and try and find Stall.
What is everybody else doing?
Showering.
You... How...
Team shower or private shower?
Team shower.
Team shower.
Team shower. Emil comes in with imagine a shower caddy. Flip-flops. All that accoutrement. Veroslav and Stahl are having a rousing conversation about homeworlds, any number of things.
Soldier programs.
Soldier programs. Drift, what are you doing?
I am leaving the private shower, walking past them, headed back to the bunk.
You head back to the bunk. Saturday. You see... How long do you take walking on the beach?
Me?
Or no, not you. Sorry, Riker. How long do you take walking on the beach?
I mean, as long as it takes to get across.
Got it.
Try to get my composure together before I see Stall.
Got it. Just wanted to keep a note from my mental notes. Drift, you walk out of the sweat lodge, and you see Donald standing there, beside your DJ setup, just looking at it, not touching.
What's good, Don?
Oh, you know, hanging in there. How you liking the new digs, Corolla?
Y'all really brought the resort here.
Well, yeah, of course. We have to travel in style, you know?
That's crazy. What kind of money y'all got going on over here?
Top of the line. Uno makes sure we get only the best contracts. They negotiate everything for us. Are they not doing that for you at Vulture Brigade?
We get what we need. We ain't doing all that extra shit, though.
If you don't need it, you don't need it. But, it is mighty nice, ain't it?
Yeah. It's like being back in season.
How's that going, by the way?
I am effectively blackballed from the sport. Can't disobey team orders and expect to be liked.
So it seems we're not so unlike each other, you and I.
You got removed because you kissed more curves than Stahl kissed anything. I was too good. They wanted me to lose so my teammate could catch up. There's a big difference.
Donald chuckles and he goes, you know, you're right. You're right. Fair enough. Wasn't always my scene anyways. And you were always better at it. I wanted to apologize.
What, for pulling that gun on the teamie?
For pulling the gun on the teamie, yeah. I have a bit of an anger problem. Bit of a temper, they might say.
Yeah.
I've been working on it, and Granny Applebaum said I should come apologize, and I wanted to apologize to you, because I respect you, unlike the rest of your chums. Well, that Cinder chick's pretty cute, but I only respect you, because I don't really know her.
I feel it. But hey, pull some shit like that again, we smoking you, and your whole crew.
That's all I expect from you, you know? Top Infinity Racer.
Alright. New Pastor Maldonado.
He shakes his head and he goes, okay. Bygones be bygones. I'm gonna hit the simulator if you want to come check it out.
You know what? Yeah, I can make you look bad right quick.
Don't count on it. And he starts walking back up towards the simulator. Cinder. First of all, we now have Emil, Veroslav, and Stall all standing in the team shower. What does that scene look like, you two? I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of creative freedom over this. Y'all are two creative kings. Y'all can figure this out.
Stall is completely at home here. He didn't give a shit.
To this point, Veroslav is just sitting down on a bench, just like stretched out like a cat. Probably massaging some of his muscles and everything like that, making sure that he gets good balm in the crevices.
It turns out Pinto's not tan. That's just, dirt and grime.
Just fucking
good showers actually getting off.
Just percolates all the grime and the grit
all
and
the oil
dirt.
and grease that's just been soaked into his skin.
Shit, Pinto, I thought you got some sun.
Ugh.
Sloth it off.
Like a squeegee.
But yeah, like I said, totally fine. The glasses are still on.
Yeah.
But everything else is not.
Cinder, you walk out of your private stall, and you see Mona doing her, lotioning down, about to shave and everything like that. And she goes, I can't take much more of this shit. And she looks over at Veroslav and the other two.
Oh, you can't just tune them out? I just stop listening usually. And then I figure when they need something from me, they'll ask. But otherwise I just kind of stop listening after a little bit.
But they always need something. And Veroslav, as much as I adore the guy, he's big and lovable. He's always trying to do something. He's always trying to lift something for somebody. He's always trying to open something for somebody. He's always trying to move something. The mechanics, there's a whole team of mechanics out there. And he makes it a point to go ahead and help them do their unloading because it leaves a good impression. It becomes exhausting.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely get that.
And then everyone looks at me and they're like, Mona, why aren't you like Veroslav? Mona, why don't you go ahead?
Why would you be like Veroslav then, though?
Why do you keep to yourself? Why do you just focus on your computer the whole time? I don't know.
That's silly. You shouldn't let them get to you.
Fair. I'm glad to have some new blood around here, though. They're a welcome sight. And she does you can see a quick up and down.
Yeah, it's nice to see some new faces.
Always good to have. Anything you need at all. I know Granny can be a bit intense at any point, but if you need me to be a bit of a buffer, I'm more than happy to help.
Okay, thanks. She seems really nice so far.
Oh yes, she's a dear. Best mother I've never had.
Yeah. Yeah, she seems really nice. I actually also didn't have a mom. Well, kind of. I guess I kind of did. A long story. It doesn't matter. It's not that important. But yeah, it's nice to have another friendly face around.
Oh, I have plenty of time to talk about it if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Do you drink cocktails?
Yeah, of course.
And you see her wipe off all the shaving cream that she was putting on her leg, and you realize now that her legs were already shaven, she was probably just putting it on there just to get a chance to talk to you. And she stands up and she just wipes it off of her over the towel, and she just goes, "Okay, we can go talk upstairs." And just turns and just walks upstairs.
Okay. And Cinder will follow behind her.
Saturday. You hear a voice in your head. Saturday. Riker's distressed.
Oh. Is he? About what?
Look out the window.
Saturday will do so.
The angle at which he is walking along the sand. Notice how he is holding this file folder. He's gently kicking at rocks and seashells that are on this fake sand, even though they don't exist, actually. It's all just a hologram. It seems that something's gotten to him.
Okay. I'll go check on him.
He's mouthing something. Riker, what are you mouthing to yourself?
Riker's just like kind of like wiping tears from his eyes dramatically and like storming across the beach. And he's just like, we're gonna figure this out together.
Iridites goes, just relays that's what he's saying to himself.
Get through what, I wonder? I'm gonna go check on him.
I'll be right here if you need me.
I know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Saturday will hop down off their bunk.
You hear
Troubles forgotten.
you hear ocean waves, though they're not really there. It seems like they're being piped in, like it's a WWE wrestling event.
Wes, what was the name of the planet that this is based off again?
Antilles Prime.
Antilles Prime.
Yeah.
Saturday's gonna pause at the waves for a moment, and then like kick the floor and say, "Man, fuck Antilles Prime," and then run out the door and meet Riker partway.
Riker, you see Saturday walk up.
Hey, have you seen Stahl?
No, as far as I know, he's still in the showers. Are you okay?
No. Actually, we all have a lot to talk about.
Okay. Well, whatever it is, we'll get through it together, right?
We absolutely will. As a team.
Yeah.
I've just got to talk to Stahl first. This is, he needs to be the first one to know.
Okay. Well, I overheard some of the banter downstairs, and they're dudes being bros down there. So why don't you get some air and take some time to get yourself together, and I'll go get him for you.
Yeah, I can just wait out here on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
There was no boardwalk before, but when you turn your back, you see a representation of an Antilles Prime boardwalk, complete with a noodle stand and people playing some kind of hollow board game and chairs and stuff, and you can hear squawking. Bye, Oz. Hi, Oz. Let's go ahead and play Ring Around the Rosie.
No, I'm Riker. Show now.
I hit the wrong button.
It's okay.
I'm still me.
You are still you.
The only you that we'd expect you to be.
At least it's only like half of the people.
Despite everything.
Yeah. Despite all our rage. There we go. Okay, we're back.
I am still just a mech in a frame.
More.
Nice.
No.
Love it.
Does the noodle shop have gochujang ramen? Need me some of that right now. Need some
You see
something
somebody.
spicy so I can pretend like I'm not crying because of my emotions.
You see somebody say, "Gochujang ramen, coming right up, sir." And they go ahead, and you see them like there's a little bit of stutter to it, and you can hear the whirring of a 3D printer running at the same time. And there is what seems to be gochujang ramen in a bowl in front of you.
3D printed shrimp. My favorite.
Saturday's gonna run back down to the what were we calling it? The steam.
The sweat
room?
lodge. The sweat
shower.
Sweat
lodge.
lodge. The
Showers.
sweat lodge. Poke their head in, see a bunch of naked dudes, sigh, roll their eyes, and stall.
Yeah.
Veroslav is going, and so what you're going to want to do when you're doing a perfect snatch grip is what you're going to, and he's showing you how to do a snatch grip squat. and like just like and like lifting and everything like that. He's showing you how to do perfect form.
I just go, 1 second, yeah.
Riker needs you. It's important.
Gotcha. And I'm literally gonna like put like both hands on Emil's shoulder, like and push him forward. Go, you learn something, and I'll walk out. I'll walk out and just grab a towel, and my jacket on the way back up.
Veroslav looks at you and goes, You have chest like eel barrel. Have you done much lifting in your time?
No, I mostly just squeeze into tight places.
And he like kind of gives like an odd look at you and goes, Oh really? Do tell, comrade.
Oh, it helped me get out of the closet.
Stall, you start making your way up.
Yeah, and for note, at this point, unless anybody like walked past the public shower without looking, I think every single one of you has now seen the full array.
Just all of this, just like there's like little like where there's like nodes that were plugged in at one point.
Yeah, just holes.
Just holes and everything like that. This man has had his skin put back on him.
Yeah, let's shoot back up. Well, yeah. Where is he?
Outside, getting his composure.
Cool. And I'll just, in a towel and my jacket, we'll just walk outside and just look for Riker.
You see Riker sitting on what seems to be a boardwalk of some sorts, slowly stirring 3D printed chopsticks into a bowl of ramen, and just kind of like looking wistfully at this bowl of ramen and has a file folder beside his hand.
Troy, Saturday said you needed me. What's up?
Gonna put the folder down in my lap. Second I see him. Yeah, probably want to sit down.
Sure. I was really just like squat like on the boardwalk next to him.
Do you try? You don't have to, but if you can, I'd like if we could just be honest with each other. Do you remember much or anything about who you used to be before you were Stalin Period?
Yeah. That's the point of being Stalin Period.
Yeah, I mean, what do you remember?
First class pilot, volunteer for Onyx.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a flagship piece. Program didn't go so well, but I did.
Stall, I've been dealing with a lot lately, and you and I share a really common thread. And I want you to know that no matter what, you're still you. You know, you're still unique. I'm gonna hand him the folder.
Let's go. What in the shit are you on about, Riker? And I'll open the folder.
You open the folder, and you see it all. You see about the operation of the Thermopylae system. You see what's being called as Operation Terra Firma. A lot of it's been redacted, but you see things about the Kraken unit, which is a unit of clones. They were apparently a first batch test. And you see what is a experimental unit called the Hellhound unit, in conjunction with Onyx and their program. And you see the pictures of you, but with different haircuts, different goatees, things of that nature. And you see the Praetorian Guard, Cerberus, that protects the Tsar. And you see there's also been some notes that have been implemented saying that they've probably perfected the batch, but there can always be new adjustments.
Okay. Huh. Not really big on the bald look.
I kind of liked it.
Where'd you get this?
Uno. Uno is Kraken, just like me. I'd assume that Uno got it from working in close proximity with the Tsar.
How are you handling this?
Well, I found out a couple days ago. This is just sort of clarifying information that, well, gives me the details. Lets me know where to fill in the blanks.
It's definitely a lot to take in.
Yeah.
You gonna be good?
Are you?
I need to process a couple things.
Me too.
Close the folder and hand it back to him.
Stall. We need to talk to the group about this before we make a decision, but that son of a bitch has to die.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, we can talk there, but just, I'll meet you there. Just give me a minute.
All right. Uno's on our side. We can trust them.
Good to know. Good to know where people stand.
I'm gonna go give this back, and I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder as I'm like facing away dramatically on the beach. If you need anybody who understands, I understand. I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah, thanks. And I'll let him walk away. Take my collapsible headset out from my coat. Plug it on. And I'm hitting the button to direct line to my manager.
Stall, baby! How's
Mitchell,
it going?
shut the fuck up.
Alright. That's kind of intense.
The Onyx program was supposed to be discontinued.
Yeah, of course it was.
Why are there 3 more of me here, Mitchell?
What do you mean?
Cerberus. Hellhound unit.
There's a long
The project was
pause.
supposed to be discontinued when my flagship program didn't work properly, and now there's a lot more of me running around here, aren't there?
Look. You're expensive, baby.
You think I don't know that?
Cause a lot of damage where you go to. You think sponsorships covers all that insurance coverage?
I started doing this because the program got discontinued. And you're telling me that you just kept it running in the background?
Look. Stall.
No, I'm not gonna fucking look, Mitchell. I need all the info on who you piped this over to. And I am going to discontinue your fucking project, since that's what was supposed to happen in the first place.
Stall, before you do that, can I tell you a little fable that I was told when I was a boy?
It'll make you feel better.
It's called The King and the Colonel. There once was a king, known far and wide throughout the land. He was known for bringing joy and happiness to teams and teams of people. He would travel up and down, different roads, different planets, singing, dancing, even putting on a couple of plays. He made lots of money. He built himself a nice castle to keep all his toys in. He had himself teams and teams of vehicles, cars, everything that you could think of. Seems to say that he had a whole wall of TVs. Can you imagine it? A whole wall of televisions, just so he could watch all of his favorite channels at once. Do you know how he got to that position?
Tell me.
He had a colonel on his back. Watched out for him. Made sure he made the right decisions, the right business deals, shook the right hands, kissed the right babies, signed the right contracts. Now, the colonel knew that this meal ticket wasn't going to last for long. As the king got older, he got a little bit wiser, and he got wiser to how the business was working. So the colonel set up a little contingency plan. He started making sure that deals were signed in his name. Made sure that things were signed over in his name. Made sure that everything that the king owned was actually owned by the colonel. So in that moment that the king got wise, that things weren't going his way, and every time in a rage he would threaten to throw out the colonel or get rid of the colonel would just remind him, show him a piece of paper, that nothing that he owns is in fact his. And there the king was kept until his dying day. Now, can you tell me in this scenario which one of us is the king and which one of us is the colonel, Stall?
That's a nice story, Mitchell. It's a really nice, complex story. You probably had that one written down for a while.
Had to tell it a couple times before. This wasn't the first time.
You know, I know a story. It's also got a king in it. It's got a king and a pet monkey. A pet monkey that he trusted to take care of him and watch out for him. Monkey would look over him every single night when he slept, guard him during the day. King went to sleep one day near a field of flowers because it was really nice out. The monkey is like, okay, sure. And the little bee. Do you remember bees? You probably don't remember bees. A little bee was flying around the king's face because he was in the bed of flowers, a really nice bed of flowers, because, you know, it's the downside to having nice flowers is sometimes you get bees. And the monkey saw the bee and went into protective mode. Went, oh no, I can't have this near my king's face. Tried to swat at it, didn't work. Tried to shoot away, it didn't work. Finally, monkey took out the sword and swung at the bee. Bee flew away, but it cut off the king's head. And you see, the moral of that story is it's better to have a clever enemy than a foolish friend. One who would swing a fucking sword at your neck just to get a bee out of your face. And you see, and pulls off the visor, and there is a small, right there in the tear duct, where people don't really see, number 18 tattooed in. I know another story, but I'll have to tell it to you later. It's the story of the beheading of the Cerberus, and I cut the call.
And you're left there on the beach. these piped in wave sounds. And you see this hologram person looking at you and goes, "Ramen for you, sir?"
No thanks. I'll get up and walk back towards the team with the glasses back on.
Drift. You're in the simulator. It is literally a put on gloves and this shoe cover and this like head like goggles kind of thing, and it's like a danger room kind of situation. And go ahead and give me a d20 roll, and add any of your skill triggers that you think might apply to giving you a leg up on running a simulator.
I got a 9.
You're whooping Donald's ass in most things, including F Infinity, but he finds one game that he's better than you at. And it's this it's kind of like Subway Surfer. It's like hopping over things, or Cluster Truck. And he's able to move just erratic enough where he's not smooth and concise, but just erratic enough that he's able to game the system a little bit. You see Mona staring at Donald Cinder, dancing around like this with the simulator, and goes, "Honestly, this was the best installment that we've had in here. It's nothing but boundless entertainment, just seeing this asshole dance around like a fool."
He looks like he's having fun, though, at least. And he's not hurting anyone.
I guess not. And you see her grab like this, like it's like a stainless steel martini glass, and then pops a couple olives into her mouth, and leans back and goes, "So what is your story?"
I don't have a story. I'm kind of no one. That's kind of how I prefer it.
Nobody breaks into a highly secured government firewall and picks apart their whole system from the inside out and not have a story to back it up. And you might be wondering, oh my goodness, how does she know about this? Is she the one that potentially found out about it? Is she the one that discovered me? Yes.
Did it at least take you a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay.
It was a nice little merry chase.
We weren't allies then, so I was just looking for info, and I kind of got promised something for it, so it kind of worked out.
She goes, "Who says we're allies now?" and pops another olive into her mouth and chews onto it, and then just stares at you and has a slight smirk.
I mean, that's what we signed up for, isn't it? Right? That's kind of what I was told.
You are so adorable.
And Cinder immediately turns bright red.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. I mean, thank you. Yeah, usually people don't notice me. That's kind of my deal.
No, I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Heflin expects of me. Put up the barricades, stand back, let me do all the lighting up. But I definitely notice you, Cinder Atlas. I definitely notice you. Can we turn off something so dreadful like this? It's just repeated noise. It sounds like people trapped in a car crash. And she starts walking down towards the DJ booth. Emil, Veroslav has rigged up a broom with 2 water basins, like 2 water buckets. And he looks at you and he goes, "Now look, Emil, my friend. It is not about how much you can lift, but it is how you lift. I need you to snatch those buckets of water without dropping a single drop. Can you do this for me, my friend?"
Yes.
Good. Maybe if you do this, you can spend the night in the sensory deprivation chamber with Riker and I, no?
That sounds like fun.
Try for me, my friend. And go ahead and do a d20 roll.
I rolled a 19.
There's nobody around to see it. It is just Veroslav and you. And Emil, who has never done a snatch squat before, does a perfect form snatch squat, holds it, and then even lifts it up and does it a couple of times, and then brings it back down for a squat and puts it down. And Veroslav just goes,
Oh no.
I must go take care of myself. I thank you for giving me this gift, Emil.
Anytime, buddy.
He goes, shh. You are what we call back on my home planet a newt. You live your life unnoticed, trying to pass through, unassuming, but you have so much potential. And he touches the tip of your nose, and he goes, I must think on this. And he stands back up to his full 6'8" form, and turns and walks out and goes, and turns and walks to the stairs and goes, You have given me a great gift on this day, Emil King. And he walks up the steps.
Bye.
For the rest of the night, there's a little bit of like camaraderie getting together, but you see Stahl and Riker are very much isolated, contained. Before I roll into wrapping up this episode, is there any last things that any of you want to do while you're in the Sweat Lodge?
I was like, we're getting drunk with the mechanics, but
Yeah, okay, yes, perfect. Later that night, over at the Mechanics Bay, there is music happening. It is jovial, drum and bass. You're getting to know these mechanics, and you're realizing that, yes, while the Six Skulls are your rivals, and they can be very, very awful people, and they are probably have committed war crimes, they are people just like you, just trying to do a job in a very big, dark galaxy. And you're interacting with each other, and you're getting to know each other. And then you hear a rumble. You hear another rumble. And you hear alarm klaxons going off. You see the NHC frigate start to rise into the air. There's another rumble, and you see a giant worm bust out of the ground through the biodome and grab the frigate midair and bring it down. There's an explosion as it is ripped in half. Klaxons are still sounding. Your comms are going wild from Captain Lily Doyle trying to call you up, as well as Heracles. You're hearing calls of getting to your mechs. Get ready. I think they're here. And you start making your way towards your Lancers. You all hop in.
I cut towards CNH for the Callista.
Matthias is already there, and he goes, I've got it just for you, kid. It's all ready to go.
It's about to get one hell of a test ride, and I
Yeah,
head towards it.
I think Cinder like skids into the room like after stall.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the party.
Matador time?
Matador time.
Matador time, kiddo. Suit up.
Okie doke. Ready to give it a go.
You see the 6 skulls all getting in their own suits. And you make your way out of the biodome. And you see there's a hole, a crater, where the frigate has been split in half, where the worm is back. Or had tunneled back into the ground. You see off in the distance a ridge. And this massive worm breaks back through. And arches over and looks over the base. And you see there's a form of a person on its back, holding on to this leash-like part of it. And then you see teams of these bug things kind of forming up alongside of the worm. In each of your heads, you hear off-worlders, foreigners, pests. You have tainted the grounds of this holy planet for far too long. But fear not, for if you bow down to the might of Rasputin, you shall not fear the wrath of the last Baron. And there's a mighty roar that comes from the mouth of the worm. And that is where we're going to leave our episode. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I really liked this episode tonight. I really liked it. I think it was good.
Yeah.
Just playing with the boys.
Just playing with the boys. Playing with the boys. Please do not DMCA me, Twitch. I would like to thank my cast. I would like to thank my crew. I would also like to thank all of you at home watching for this evening. Before we go, I would like to throw it to our lovely cast here to promote their stuff and tell us a little bit about themselves and things that they were doing. Let's start with Pinto Bean himself, Emil King.
Hi, Big Dad here. Thanks for watching. On Wednesday, I've got Cypress and Steel, a Mage, 20th anniversary edition Victorian era actual play. It's going to take place in the bayous of Louisiana with interesting people such as Zach. Check it out. Also on Saturday, I'm launching Heart, Descended Drum Beats with more interesting people. Not more interesting than Zach, but there's more people.
I don't understand how that's possible to be more interesting than Zach. I really
Check it
don't.
out.
Check it out. Excellent. All right, next we have let's go to Stall Empyrean, HELLBEAST himself.
I am Zachary Vaudo. I've installed Empyrean number 18. That is my Twitter handle below me. Please check out the VOD for Carrion Comfort, because last night we had a very great Vampire the Masquerade one-shot. It was my first time storytelling. It's called Murder on Music Row. It featured Oz, featured Leslee. It featured a handful of other amazing folks from this community, and it was a lot of fun. Tuesday, I am not going to be on air, but please do tune into ATL by Night. We're in our postseason for interviews. Wednesday, as was mentioned, I will be on Mage, that's the Ascension, the Victorian era game, Cypress and Steel. You'll get to meet my Verbana named Zephyrin. And then on Saturday, I will be over on Level Up TTV playing Vampire the Masquerade yet again, Vancouver adjacent by night. And then Sunday, it all goes down here.
Busy bee. That is Zachary Vaudo. We love to see it. Next we have the King of the Stick Shift, Corolla Drift 11.
I am the Phasing Octopus. I just mostly stream and make music. I'm playing a lot of Monster Hunter right now, so you can come watch on Twitch at the Phasing Octopus.
And dude, go check out his Twitch. Let me go ahead and just hit this real quick. Fantastic music production. You heard a lot of it today. A lot of that DJ uh, music that's playing from Corolla's DJ booth is stuff that he has produced himself. So please go ahead and check out the Phasing Octopus. Go ahead and check out his Bandcamp. Go ahead and check out his Spotify and his Twitch.tv. There's no reason you should not be watching this man's fucking Twitch stream. It is so entertaining. This man's playing Monster Hunter Rise out here for free. God damn.
Octopath Traveler.
Octopath
Again.
Traveler. Shenmue. Shit, y'all. All right. Next, we've got Everybody's working for the weekender. Saturday, Vesper. Take it away.
Thank you, Wes. That was beautiful. Hi, everybody. I'm Zeke. I'm a mod here on the CCS Twitch channel under Firefly System. You can find me in the chat. I'm also a mod on the Discord, which you should definitely check out because it's awesome. We have a lot of fun there. You should also consider signing up to support Wes on Patreon because I'm a patron and we have awesome movie nights and all kinds of other cool perks. Let's see, what else have I got? Usually you can find me on Fridays on the channel playing Kingdom Hearts, but we've got a cool villain vignette, or actually not a villain vignette this time, a Kim Possible vignette this Friday, so you will not be seeing me and Leslie on Kingdom Hearts. But you should go watch anyway, because I'm sure we'll both be in the chat. And I'm also the founder and president of We Are Games. It's a transmedia fiction company, which you can find on Twitter at the handle below my face.
I would also like to note, since I'm going to go ahead and announce it here, that Zeke has been hard at work on making and crafting a Lancer story that will be played play by post in the off season for Crack the Sky and Iron City by Night. And it is going to be happening in the Discord server. There's going to be an allocated category for it where there's going to have all the channels that you're going to need necessary. And it's going to be, what did you say? It's like 4 to 24 players available?
Yep.
And
as long as they're in groups of 4.
That's right, as long as they're in groups of 4. And they have been working on this really hard, and I read the pitch for it last night, and it was a really good pitch. If you like transhumanism, if you like spirituality, if you fuck with devas, things of that nature, but you also like mechs and stuff like that, then go ahead and keep your eyes peeled for more of Exemplars, a play-by-post Lancer game that's going to be happening in the Carrion Comfort Discords. So yeah. All right. Next we have, oh my god, my brain is blanking. Of course we have our very lovely and always wonderful and not awkward at all Cinder ICEBOX Atlas.
Never awkward.
Never awkward.
I'm Leslie. You can find me on Twitter at Leslie Wombat. Like Zeke said, you can find us usually on Fridays, but this will be a special vignette, so definitely be sure to tune in. We'll definitely both be in chat. And then I'm also on a video game podcast, Hot Garbage Gaming. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts. We just recorded 4 hours of a discussion on Attack of the Clones, and I have to edit that, so you won't see that for a little bit, because it's going to take me a while. But stay tuned for that soon. And then, like Wes mentioned at the top, Carrion Comfort Archives, you should see the next Iron City by Night episode on Tuesday night. That will be episode 2.
Leslie is working so hard on getting those edited and perfect for podcasting platforms, and I do not know what I would do without her doing that for me. It's such a great little thing that you're doing, so I appreciate you deeply. And last but certainly not least, we have our own conflicted and dealing with a lot of heady shit of his own, Riker Wrath Choi.
Hello, I'm really excited about that Attack of the Clones podcast. Loved the Phantom Menace one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything to promote, but I'm gonna get a little bit serious, just a little bit serious. This game tonight dealt with some pretty serious themes. It's Easter Sunday. A lot of people in the queer community have a lot of difficulty around this time of year. So I just want to say, be sure to check in with your support network, check in with your friends, make sure they're doing okay. If you really need help, be sure to reach out to some online resources and get the help that you need. Drink water, take care of yourself, support other queer people, and, just love each other. Just stay positive.
Take your meds.
That was one of the things that I wanted to do with this game was to when I said big gay robots and all that stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to be light, jovial, and fun, but there's a lot of things that come with being queer, especially being queer in high tense situations. And I'm glad that we were able to cover that and handle that masterfully. Um, Identity is a lot to tackle, and not having somebody to tackle it with can be very tough. And that's all I'm going to say about it. There are links being dropped right now in the chat, so do check those out. And I don't think I could say anything else better than that. Just check out the Discord. We have other stuff coming up. You've heard a lot of great stuff coming up. Um, but yeah, just check the socials. I think that's a really good place for us to leave off on it. For those that you're still watching and still around, I hope you have a very lovely rest of your Easter Sunday. For those that are celebrating, and for those that are not, I hope you have a great Sunday, and I hope you have a great upcoming week. And do not forget, comfort comes soon. Have a good night.